I think we're doing this correctly. Yes. Let's go
Yep,
to here.
Yep.
Push. Let's improve the. He's on the field.
I have returned.
Well, great. All right, let's go.
Why do I have a single bush somewhat off-center on this tank? Huh.
Because it represents your out of balance mind.
My non-conformity to society.
Hey, Sing. Yeah, well, yeah, I should have been live about 7 minutes ago. Ah, we are in the desert.
You know, the Swedes famously participated in the battle for the Suez Canal.
And it looks like we are down tiered. At least for the moment.
Just as God intended. I'm gonna go right side.
Okay. I'm going out towards A. Out in the sands.
I think I'm gonna try and head out to B. There's a lot of King Tigers for us being down tiered.
Well, I know the Panthers were at 120, so.
Oh. Well done. Guess there are a lot of lucky fuckers who are down tiered then.
Well, I don't know. That normally means if your spawn-in point is that expensive at 5.7. There's somebody out here with a Panzer IIF.
Is it at least the DAC version? No, wait,
No.
that's a 2C.
No.
Nah.
I
was about to say he knows what's good, but he really doesn't.
I think he's trying to be an M22.
Yeah. There are better vehicles for that, but yeah. I just ran into a rock.
Well, if you think you'd like War Thunder, sure, you can play it. Sing, that'd be fun. I'm addicted to it.
Unclever.
It's free to play. It does take a lot of bandwidth to download, so if you have to pay for your bandwidth, that might be an issue. I don't know how it is in your part of the world. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I think I was short. I was short, but not at that point. Okay. Alright. Oh, still short.
Bugger.
That's transmission. You got a driver pack. Another round into it. And got it, and somebody got my... Getting off the high ground and dying.
Oh no.
Well, if you like driving tanks of the World War II variety, or more modern...
or planing planes, or...
Yeah? You like flying,
ships.
or ships? I'd give it a try.
Bugger. I got everything but his gunner and driver.
Well...
Bit unquaint. Oh, well. I'm quite certain that at least 2/3 of the enemy team are in M18s. where I've seen so many M18s drive by.
Well,
I've
normally
seen a single T-34.
yeah, well, the M18s are fast.
Yeah, they've got good guns. Got a 30 cal.
Well, the game is a bit grindy. But if you play reasonably well, it's not that difficult.
That's not friendly air, is it? It is! Huzzah!
You can start with arcade, which a lot of people do. Get good with that and learn the basics, and then if you like, you can come on to realistic, is what we play. I know Toyjet sometimes plays what's their term for it?
Simulator?
Simulator, yeah, that's it. That's the term I was looking for. Oh shit, I hit the rocks. Okay, now he knows I'm here. Well, maybe he doesn't. He's focused. Now he knows I'm here, because I just took out his transmission.
I know there are a couple of M18s in front of me, but they're all currently hiding. I'm gonna be a bit daring and try and touch the B point.
Okay, there was somebody over there, but there's somebody out there in a Panzer II DAC. I think that maybe, yeah, Sticky Weasel. I think that's the same guy that did the other one.
I'm terribly, terribly, terribly afraid of the P-47. Because everything he has is violently anti-me.
Well, you chose you, so, you know.
Imminent death approaches!
No. But you touched the B point.
Hear him. Not a word. Not a word? Yes, plain speak a lot, Toyjet. Not a sound from him. But hey, I did get to touch the B point.
Yes.
That's the P-47, or there's another coming in. Don't necessarily like the looks of that, because my one friendly is ground pounding.
Well, right now it looks like I'm all alone out here in the desert, but hey. Oh, well, the weather is gray, like it's threatening to rain here. But it's still just 9 a.m. here, so we'll see how the day goes. Sometimes it burns off. How's the weather where you are, Toyjet? It's raining in parts of India.
We've once again received sun here in Norway, so I'm overjoyed.
Oh.
That was a bad bomb on my part. Well, I'm gonna pretend it wasn't.
So somehow I just got your barrel. Tell me what happens to the German player.
Oh no! Ah, P-47. Go away. Leave me.
How did that not hit? That hit.
It's an A-36, but oh well. He has gun bolts.
Matlet. And you died now. You gotta remember your turret. Or maybe I should head over to B. Go down in the low ground here. Oh, to go through it. But as I show it to the enemy, down in here. Now, well, the air can still hurt me, but safer at least. Somebody is doing bad things to B. Let's drop some artillery there.
The enemy has captured most of the strategic zones.
Was it gunfire over there? Let's be cautious. Oh, I see other gunfire. I'm gonna look for the ones that are most likely to hurt me. I don't want to telegraph that I'm here until I deal with what fired from over here if I can. I don't see anything here. Though I did see rounds coming up. Okay. Well. Indications that there was out there somewhere. Almost uncapped. Hey ZZ, how you doing? Like I say, I'm doing well, but the outside is gray. I haven't been out yet. German tanks. Well, as a kid, I played a lot of micro armor and HO scale armor war games way back when. And I just way back when sort of got the bug, and German armor was just cool and whatnot. So if I had had this as a kid, I'd love the hell out of it. But he's behind this turret. Me here. He's right about there, I think. Somebody else is. Oh, somebody is capturing my other zone and shooting at the Panther, who showing his ass to the other zone. Let's see if I can save him in time. I doubt it, but especially somebody shooting me in the ass. Oh, you're over in the rocks again. Probably the same dude. So, let's drop artillery on the rocks. Well, I'm not sick. At least I hope not. I just woke up about 25 minutes ago, and I'm not maybe fully awake properly, and I did have a glass of milk and some sausage muffin thingies. No, You got part of my turret here as I'm charging at you. And I haven't had my coke yet today. Well, I took out a guy with a main gun. Got them all over, but hey. And I missed. Could be charging right in at me like he sort of is doing now.
It's the Arno.
Hey Arno, how you doing?
Oh, bad.
Sorry to hear that. He just lost his breach. I thought I got your... There we go, your guy earlier.
What the?
And I got that. Oh, another one in there. I didn't realize there were two. I knew there was one. But you're right, everywhere there's an M18.
Sounds disgusting.
Yeah. Yep, I've got more Panthers.
They really do move in herds.
Maybe flocks.
About a pack, seeing as they are tank hunters.
A raptor
Hello.
pack. Hello.
Yeah, packs would
Hey,
work.
Lum.
Yep. How you doing, Lum?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. His standard answer, yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, gamer is online. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
Run for the
online.
hills.
Properly drop it in the rocks there. There goes some artillery. Hopefully it won't mess with whatever's capping the point. Flag. Maybe he got the M18. Maybe the M18 went to B. Oh, there is
Maybe
an
it just
M18 on B.
disappeared.
He got a P. Ooh, got his transmission. Okay. There's turret crew. He got him. Okay, yeah, we're moving to B. Oh, he is the guy that got me. Good.
Ooh.
We'll get in the low ground. I don't know that we have time, but better move surely than just get killed anyways. If that other guy can just touch C, that'll put us in balance. Not much planes.
What?
Asked if I play planes.
Yeah.
Not much. That's probably the least that I play, and most of the planes I play are in arcade.
Naval.
Neville, yeah.
Cleaning McClean fees.
I'm guessing you're doing 5-7?
Yeah, we're doing 5-7. I'm Germany. Toy Jets is natural Swede. You know.
Hear me, for next time you ask me what I want to do, I'll say 9-0 just to play the Norwegian Leo.
Well, you know, if it's just me and you and we don't have to bring a bunch of other people, I'll probably say okay.
Oh no.
Because I can play 9-0.
9-0 lineup.
1-8
Yeah, I-
9-0 time. Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wee woo.
You know, I can do that once in a while. But normally it's just a lot of pain and you want to quit a few minutes after starting.
Oh yeah,
So,
it totally fucking sucks.
Yeah,
yeah.
genuine pain, but I keep playing the damn thing.
So I was really glad you didn't say something too high, because then after one or two battles you would be like, nah, I'm out. I'm not gonna play anymore. And so, but you said you stayed at a reasonable BR where we can have fun. Oh, that's a bomb. And he may have gotten final kill on me. Alright. Oh, well, we got a few moments. Let's return the favor and see if we can shoot down the guy who bombed me. I'm taking that we are gonna win this. We have all 3 points. Oh, nope, somebody's got an A. Okay. Let's keep going. Drive out there, drop artillery, because he may be an M18 on it. From an analysis of defense think tank regarding Taiwan.
What?
ZZ read some disturbing stuff from analysis on the defense of Taiwan. Well,
Like what?
I don't know. Sounds like Taiwan is already done for their... okay, well, I don't know what think tank you're talking about, but there are a bunch of people shilling for China right now over Taiwan. You've been hearing about, so it started about, I don't know, 6 months or so ago. Everybody started to say the petrodollar is dead. They're all now trading in yuan, blah, 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 blah. But one person did a nice little analysis of the videos, and a bunch of them by a bunch of different people were all using the exact same, phrase or talking point within the video. So it was not a an organic thing. Come on. I shouldn't stay around here. But I had him distracted, so we won. I agree with what Lum was saying, I think last weekend, that China won't attack if it feels the world will badly react to it, the attack. Because so China is dependent upon outside sources for food. Now, what I will say is I don't know what China thinks will happen. Now, I think it didn't think the world would react badly prior to Ukraine, and I would say that, yes, as soon as Lum wants to hit that ready button, I would say it's likely China doesn't realize how badly the world would react. But now we're seeing what's happening with Russia over Ukraine, that at minimum they would do various trade embargoes and stop trading. So even if they don't militarily intervene, they would do that. So I think their appreciation of the situation has changed, but I'm not sure on that. There's a lot of, and especially the KMT is heavily influenced by China. The recent, not current leader, but recent leader of the KMT from the Ma clique. Oh, I ended up in the wrong spot. I'm going to turn around and drive right the other way.
Funny.
Humor.
That you may recognize from some of the factions in the Hoi games, was toured a bunch of places in China, has something of a, you know, cheerleading for China and things really wouldn't be so bad. You know, about the time the other information such as the leaked document showing China would have air superiority.
Yeah, I mean, China would have air superiority. It's a fucking tiny island. What the fuck do you expect?
Well, you have to realize one thing that with China going for Taiwan, they don't want to, they're not afraid of Taiwan. They don't want to destroy Taiwan. They want to capture
That's
Taiwan.
the biggest point. That's why they
Yeah.
don't attack. Because the fucking worth of the island is its factories. The factory's gone when they attack. Because the second they would attack, they would blow themselves up. Because
Okay,
fuck China not giving them anything.
I don't think China is that worried about the factories. What I think China wants is the culture of Taiwan, because China has lost so much of its culture that is functionally, I'm not like saying preserved like in a museum, but functionally preserved in sort of living activity in Taiwan. And they want to get that largely intact. So they don't want to, you know, bomb the hell out of it. They're willing to, you know, because I think mysteriously the semiconductor factories would blow up.
I mean, they wouldn't mysteriously blow up, but you attack
well,
them.
Might be.
Got a bomb,
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, Lum. That's what I mean. Is they would however, there would be a bunch of semiconductor factories, and I do think that's part of China's goal, but I don't think it's the primary one. I think that is a secondary.
Like a conga line of them up there.
Shooting from around this corner here.
There is.
Conga line up high.
I'm trying to.
Okay. Backing up here now. Right into artillery.
Oh yeah, there's a conga line up there. Sadly, I didn't see it first. Enough. And now they're past the point I can shoot.
I found even more. Believe it or not.
I see conga line.
Oh, that's one.
Tank. Oh, somehow I hit and did not penetrate him. He's gonna kill me before I can
He's
shoot
gonna
again.
dead.
Well,
That was an M51. It's the fucking.
yeah, not
it's
fast
really
enough
thing.
dead. Yep. That's why I knew
Man,
he
I
was
killed
dead.
him for you, you know, before he killed you.
No, after he killed me.
No, the kill feed says I killed him first.
Well.
I killed him at the same time as you died. But
Well, if the U.S., I don't think current military thought is for the U.S. to send troops to a Taiwan conflict. I think for the U.S., and I think is what it should be, is purely an air and naval war. Troops in places like the Philippines and Japan to defend bases, you know, from
Christ, how did I just
invasion,
fucking
but not troops to Taiwan. If Taiwan is mountainous, Taiwan, I think can, you know, I think in a surprise situation, Taiwan or China very well may be able to get somebody, you know, get a bunch of division or a bunch, you know, the first wave of troops across the strait. Once that happens,
Oh,
Don't
come
bother
on,
spawning,
stupid
at
baby.
at the bottom, or like,
okay, I got
they're
part of
just
your
shrinking into
territory.
spawn now.
So, I don't know that it's going to be able to continue to get troops. Yeah, I think the troop, you know, reinforcements can be cut off. So, if Taiwan can, you know, keep fighting against like the first wave of invaders, and I think it quite possibly could if it's motivated to. I think motivation matters. Oh boy, there's a American T-34 on C point. Well, it was. I think it just died. Let's go Tiger. So,
This is a M18, just kind of being annoying at our spawn.
Yeah.
is that in the
Oh,
distance?
he's
Fuck
heavily
off.
wounded. He's heavily
Come.
wounded. I took out 3 of his crew
There's
members.
something in the distance
Or 2
there.
of his crew members.
He just went hiding again, so what to do? I'm about to explode, ain't I? Yeah, they went hiding again. Yep, there goes my tracks. Come on. Poke again. Oh wait, he's over there now. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm hunting the
What are
M18
they
right now.
M18s doing?
They have...
You know,
they
there's
have
one
track.
up at the hill there.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a big... Let's get a good shot at right there.
I'm still not repaired.
226.
Still can't move. There he is.
I see you.
Hey there.
Yeah, I see you. Kill him if you can. I'm gonna kill him in just a second.
Bounced because stupid angle of it. And that just
There we
took
go.
out my loader. Whatever, hit me. I still can't move! Okay, somebody got it.
Hopefully
Who
in this
shot
thing.
me? Ah! Why won't you let me move? There we go, now I can move.
I think once America tries, I think it could gain air dominance over Taiwan. I
Depends
think
on the naval
America...
war goes. If they can get close enough to fucking carriers. Or
Yeah, I
if they're
think
gonna
they
risk
can.
getting close enough.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
they
it's
keep...
more of a risk situation. If they say it's too risky, I'm not gonna go near it. Because those things
Yeah.
are really expensive.
Yeah, I know, but I think because they can sit out, you know, on the Pacific side of the island and use air power from there. I think the submarines and the naval air power, like I say, can cut off amphibious warfare ships coming
The hell,
across
there's a tank in front of me. When did that
to the
come
point
here?
to a
Bonk.
point that they'll stop coming
What
across.
is that tank even? Oh, it's a... What? TV? I mean, what the fuck? Oh, it's a fucking... Oh! It's a Panther? I thought it was something different.
I have a
No, that's
T5.
shot.
Yeah. Tank 5.
Yeah, but who the fuck... What brings
Other-
that?
Other than you know, Ukraine is not the natural concern of America. Okay, it is a Eastern European country that, sure, there are a bunch of people that would be considered, you know, of Ukrainian ancestry that have or lived in that part of the world that have moved to America, whether they had, you know, in the 19th century considered themselves Russian or Jewish or whatever. So, but outside of that, we really don't have much connection with Ukraine. Where the Pacific, you know, is I consider the Pacific Ocean, not the big islands around the Pacific like Taiwan and the Philippines, but the Pacific Ocean is basically American territory to me. We have Guam and we have the several other islands out there that are directly American territory.
Camera right front, bomber.
Yeah, I'm shooting at him. He's
There's
peeling
a
off, so he
PA going
dropped.
about.
Yeah, there's 2 biggies. Okay, there's the bomb. See if I can hit the bomb. See if I can hit the bomb. Nope, can't hit the bomb.
The bomb hit you.
Yeah, I was about to say, the bomb hit you.
Well, that gave me somehow
that
enough to respawn
Tiger 2
with the
shooting out there?
Waffenträger. Okay.
Okay, an M18 again. Oh, they're being shot up or something. What though? Where? Oh,
And we
he seems to be bouncing it.
And we still maintain, I think, at least a division or 2 in, at least 1 division in South Korea as standard deployment. That we permanently have
Oh,
a significant
cough.
military force in the region. And again, unlike Ukraine, we permanently station an aircraft carrier in Japan. Currently, it's the Ronald Reagan. I mean, that's its home port is in Japan. Hey, bro, how you doing? Well, I'm not pro Russia, I feel very, very badly for Ukraine. I think I think my analysis on that war is Ukraine has already won on the Ukraine war. It's time now to negotiate um, the final borders there and in effect a significant Russian withdrawal. I don't know if everything they currently possess, but I think too many people are, whether in governments or just general people, want to see Putin brought down, and so they want to continue that war until Putin is brought down, and I think that is a mistake. The U.S. Yes, well, we pulled out of Afghanistan. It's easy, but you are right about that. But fighting China is not going to be like fighting the Taliban.
Would be
Now,
kind of funny.
It might be not quite as bad as the Korean War. Our combat losses versus the enemy. We might be doing with airstrikes and other things more effective against the Chinese, but it would be deadly to American forces. I do think, but but I'm not professing we would be losing battles or anything like that. I'm just saying, instead of winning a battle with 1 or 2 dead and the 20 or 30 wounded or something, and some of that fairly minor, it would be higher rates of casualties. Well, I don't. Again, I don't see America fighting a land war in Asia right now. If North Korea decides to do something crazy and go south, yeah, well, we have some divisions there, so America would be pissed that it's divisions that are asked for by the South Koreans, peacefully occupying the South Korean peninsula, and so not being provocative. They are not in an offensive mode at all, so they're not threatening North Korea. They are simply defensive, and that would piss Americans off. Now, a naval and air war is a different thing. Unless, as Lum says, unless they start, sinking carriers.
Oh boy, that would be disastrous.
Well, it would not be good. That's for sure. I don't know if I tried to disastrous.
I say, Jesus Christ, such an object sinking would be disastrous for anyone.
Yeah, well, anyone on board, absolutely, and that would be a high loss of life. High loss of life.
Loss of life. The material, just resource that went into one of those things is insane.
But if we're talking about pilots, not that I don't care about them, but there wouldn't be that many pilots in the first place, and the second place, even aircraft shot down and even over the ocean, I would say a considerable number would survive. I don't know how effective search and rescue will be. Okay, there's somebody here, right? Got him. That was a guess. I got him.
God, I don't remember this being so open here. Holy fuck.
They've been tweaking the map a bit.
Yeah, I think they removed like part of the mountains here.
And
the mountains, part of the forest here.
So, if they can do search and rescue, a lot of our pilots would be returned. Quite honestly, I think the big thing that Ukraine is
coming to you, gamer.
Okay, my right or my left?
Try to kill him. Yeah, you're dead.
No, that's an M64.
I'm sorry, my first shot missed because he was racing past.
No problem. No problem. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, bro. I think the big thing that Ukraine has taught the Western nations, and they're just now coming to realize it, is that we could have a major war without nukes. So, because I know back in the Cold War, it was thought
I'm about to be bombed. Oh no, it's away.
that
Good.
that sort of stockpiles on hand for things like you know, weapons and particularly munitions, you know, things you shoot, were what was going to happen, what you know, what you were going to have, and very likely the expectation was that the European battlefield would go nuclear very quickly, and then if that goes nuclear, because we had the I don't
Yeah, fucking dickhead.
you know, the various Soviet missile types, but they also had the Lancer missile station, nuclear missile station, in you know, which was an operational nuclear missile, not maybe strategic, not strategic, but it's battlefield nuclear missile station in Europe, and those would be used instead of just allowing
Fucking bombers.
allowing the enemy to be victorious. So with that happening, that would then maybe scale up, or likely scale up to you know, strategical, you know, global thermonuclear war. And so, hey folk, how you doing?
The fuck is Shell Mark 1? Is that the HE? Yeah, that's HE.
But I think we're seeing a likely potential future of wars staying conventional for fairly long periods of time. And so we need to do better production to keep our side fighting, whether it's, you know, anti-shipping missiles or artillery shells. We need to have much greater production capacity for those things. Because you know, we can look at the Korean War, or the second phase of the Korean War, maybe we should call it, where the U.S. and Britain were openly fighting China in Korea. I mean, they were waving Chinese flags. They weren't like trying to pretend to be North Korean volunteers or some crap. But they were not, you know, bombing or shelling. I think there might have been a little bit of skirmish right on the New Territories border, but that was just more little border guards shooting at each other or something. But there was no major combat over places like Hong Kong, and Chinese shipping was allowed to go around the you know, the seas, and we weren't like sinking Chinese ships out just wherever we found them. It was only in the combat zone of you know,
The IS-1 is just blindly shooting at me because I'm just blindly shooting at him. I'm not even doing any damage.
But you're scary.
Ah, there we go. Somebody killed it. Good.
We've now got a majority of the points, but our team is either dead or in the air, it looks like.
Yeah, but the enemy team is also mostly in the air.
Okay.
Or at least was. I think they already fell out of there.
Oh, we kill them. You kill them. Oh, damn. Oh, hell. Reloading now. Got my barrel. Well, I got a repair. Missed a bunch of good targets coming out of their point. He doesn't have nukes though, only rush. No, but we're not seeing the war expand outside of the region. And the US has withdrawn its nukes from Europe.
Europe has plenty of them themselves.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, but you know, he was saying there's no nukes in Ukraine, but, and yes, he's right about that. Well, there used to be, but
I mean, yeah, but they were Soviet.
Yeah. Ukrainians probably are pissed about not keeping them.
What the hell? Is that just a floating tree up there? No, it's the floating balloon wreckage.
I'm trying to read chat while I'm being shot at. Maybe I should shoot back up. Who died? The artillery got me. Flying ships running into each other. Yeah, that wasn't a good moment for the U.S. Battle of Triangle Hill was made into a big deal in Chinese propaganda. Okay, I don't know that battle. Today, the post made by Ukraine military makes me hate Ukraine more. Okay, I don't know what the post was, but all right. Wow. This is just a game, and we do stupid things because we don't really care if we die here in this game. Both. Oh, there
Death
you
is
are.
inevitable.
And probably a IS-1 because he didn't kill me with his shot. Don't kill my barrel. Just don't kill my barrel. Just don't kill my barrel. Don't kill my barrel. Don't kill my barrel. Oh, he killed my barrel.
Kills your barrel.
Yeah.
Ah, cock. He did come from the side. Where is he? Oh, there's two of them. Grand. Ah, great. My gun died just as I was about to kill one of them. One Churchill and an M18. Okay, whatever.
Oh, KG Moose. Oh, I try not to be toxic here too much.
Bonk,
Trying for the
bonk,
good. Oh, we
bonk,
got my barrel again.
bonk. How many more times do they want to hit my...
They
Before they're
mock
actually
your
gonna kill
god.
me?
Well,
There we go, finally.
what do you? Okay, Sing. What do you care what they say about your god? This is something that the West has long got to where we don't care what other people say about us, you know, our religions, our beliefs, because they don't affect anything. We care about what we think about it. So when a Muslim gets upset when someone says something bad about Muhammad, we go, can't you take criticism? You get violently upset because somebody mocks Muhammad. How immature are you? I'm not talking about Muhammad. I'm talking about
Oh, with the
people
crumb.
who get upset when somebody mocks Muhammad. So if somebody is mocking an Indian god, and I'm sure that people do all the time, what do you care about that? I mean, literally, what do you care about what some Ukrainian says about your god? Why would you be mad? And why have we lost Toyjet? He's gone
I
off
don't know,
the
he muted
radar.
himself, so...
Yeah. I'm going to grab a Coke and be right back, guys. So hang out and entertain the crowd with jokes or something. You know, Lum's good at that.
Not really, no.
Then cook the people some met.
What?
Cook the people some met.
No.
All right, almost back. Did you have them laughing?
No.
Never.
Russia, U.S. Signing agreement. Yes, they did that to give up their nicks. You're absolutely right. ZZ. Okay, let's.
Oh, he's
open this.
offline, I see.
Yeah, he's offline. Something's up.
He died.
Hopefully everything's good with him. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Poke. I remember the days in which there were Hare Krishna worshippers in all of American airports and guys in orange robes with little finger symbols would chant Hare Krishna and try to collect money from you. The Hare Krishna phenomenon, at least in America, has disappeared.
For some reason, I still know what the fuck that is.
Well, if you watch the movie Airplane, you'll have a good
I need to watch movies again. Why? I won't. Fuck off.
You haven't seen Airplane? The comedy? You would love Airplane. You'd love Airplane. You'd love Airplane. You would.
Why?
Well, it's better than Buckaroo Banzai. So, and I know Lum has sort of gone away, but Lum will mock anybody's God because he doesn't believe in any God, so he would mock people for believing in God. What do you care about Lum's opinion of your God or anything? You know, what you like to eat. You know, if he hates what you like to eat, what do you care? That's what I think the non-Western world, we should call it that, should get more comfortable with that idea. And yes, I'll mock the Hare Krishna Americans that were in the airports. They were just hippies chasing a fad. People should, well, one, have thicker skin, but how do I put this? If you want to debate religion or philosophy or whatever with people, fine, good, do so. I'm not encouraging people not to do so. But if somebody's going to, you know, mock your leader, you know, mock Ronald Reagan or mock Joe Biden,
and I'm back.
And I like, you know, Ronald Reagan. I don't like Joe Biden, but I'm not going to be like super. I'm not going to be super. I'm not going to be super upset because somebody in some other country mocked my national leader or mocked my God. Because if I believe in the God, it doesn't matter. Now, it tells me something about the people that are mocking them. Obviously, they're not going to be necessarily like, oh shit, hello, there's 3 of them around this corner here. I just lost my breach.
I got one of them.
Great.
Tried to flank.
Great. There's a lot up there. Drop artillery if you got it there. I'll do that. You know, so it just... You're gonna... I don't... because like the Chinese are like... have gone from national directives on an uber nationalistic bent, shall we say, recently. And if you say anything that might be even thought of as negative about China, they get upset. They get upset. Whether it's true or not, you know, whatever you may be saying that's negative. It might be true, it might not be true. But they get like angry. Not just go, hey dude, you're wrong about this or that. You know, so like if I say something incorrect about Indian gods, correct me, but if I still am childish and immature or don't care, because I don't believe in the Indian gods exist, I don't believe they're there. Now you can believe they're there, sing, of course. Yeah, I think you should not care about what they say about our God. Nothing. Yeah, will change. Yeah, and that's exactly it. And like I say, I don't believe in any of the Indian gods. You can believe in them. That's fine.
Is that alive?
Well, shoot it and find out.
No, I mean it's a German tank, so I'm gonna guess it's not. That was still alive.
There's a what? Arno, don't move up. There's a M20. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get his barrel. Nope, he got my gun turret. Oh, he got my tracks. Kill his barrel if you can.
Oh. Is that a shot from behind? Oh, that's a shot from behind me. Oh, okay.
Actually despise what happens sometimes with Americans regarding countries that have romantic view of ancestries, ethnicity. Some of my family have that type of romantic view of Russia. Okay, I'm not sure. Actually despise.
Romantic view of wine?
That have a romantic view of from their ancestry, ethnicity. Okay, meaning that some Americans romanticize their European ancestry, and he doesn't like how that happens. Well, as someone who's done that about their Scottishness here, I have. I think
Scottish.
I think particularly Americans, ZZ, have lost touch with their ancestry, and yeah, a lot of people will just, oh, that's DNA and whatnot, not care. I look at it very much as a cultural thing to understand why we are the way we are. And
how did that kill my driver?
And it's the history of humanity, and then your particular branches of humanity are why we are the way we are, for good or for bad. Now, I was talking to Singh the other day about the contributions, positive or negative, but I think definitely some were positive, that the British made in conquering India for a while. And I can understand why Singh might not like that his country was conquered, but it's a fact. And good. And you study it, and you learn about the past and why it happened. It's more for hear Russians apologize for invading. Yeah, to hear. Yeah, I know. Some are being apologetic. So this is, am I like pro-Russian or pro-Ukrainian? Well, and I know my Ukrainian friend, I presume, is not here and listening. He does not like to be on stream, but I think the Ukrainian government are just a bunch. Have been for the longest time just a bunch of corrupt oligarchs, if you will, and corruption-wise, no real difference between the Ukrainians. And I know they had their revolution not that long ago, that threw out a different leaders. So, political-wise, to me, Ukraine is a fucked up place because of all that. Now, again, I'm not a Ukrainian expert. I have not lived there, but it is. Corruption-wise, I would say just about as bad as Russia. But Ukraine was not actively expanding its borders. I know Russia wants to portray them in some propaganda as treating Russian citizens in their territory badly, and now in ways more so that the war is happening, they have, shall we say, been doing that because of the war. Something just shot at me from behind, I think. Oh, behind us, Arno? Was that
front.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, front. Okay, just got my turret taken out. You kill it. You kill it. My breach is out.
Missed. Right here.
My breach is out. My breach is out. I don't.
He got my gun. Oh Jesus!
I got 24 seconds for repair.
I'll distract him.
Well, I'm trying to distract him too.
You repair.
Yeah, okay. 15 seconds, 14 seconds. And so, as a people, I don't have terribly much, you know, thinking that Russians are somehow better than Ukrainians. Is he still alive there, Arno?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming.
He is slightly
I'm
to
coming
my left.
Okay, I'm charging into the smoke. I can't see him, so I'm not shooting until I... Oh.
Yeah, I had to do a shot.
Yeah.
Red
Okay.
front.
Yeah. Okay, he's dead.
Alright, I'm repairing.
It was M6.
Left
Yeah.
the shithole known as Russia for a reason. Yeah. Oh, and I understand why people left Europe. It's up to what people think about our God if they say good. Well. Now, you got to understand, seeing that there is a lot of people that just don't believe that gods exist, so, you know, they don't care.
And if they exist, they would be evil.
Well, that's Lum's seat. Like I said earlier, Lum does not believe in gods of any sort.
Absolutely not.
And so, to him, it's something that he doesn't take seriously. And so, since he doesn't take it seriously, you should not take what Lum says about that seriously.
Same here.
You know, oh yeah, and Arno's has similar opinions. And so, if they say something bad,
That's
you know,
just because
There's
trying to be me.
whether they saying it bad about a specific god or just the idea of gods, it shouldn't affect you, because again, they don't believe that they exist. So it's, you know, if you...
Are you guys shooting there, or is that somebody shooting from there?
I just got killed, so I don't know.
Maybe Arno's still there. Hey there, Strong Arm.
Hey, Strong Arm, we have an open slot if you want to join us. Yeah. Being close to it's high school students to romanticize Russia. Yeah, that I'm sure happens. And so I'm in the sense of seeing this as Russian aggression, and I know people that are Russians right now in Russia that have long since before this have been anti-Putin and are not fond of this invasion, and I don't think they get to, and they do say so online, but I know that they're on services that are basically banned in Russia, so obviously they're using a VPN.
Lum, right around this corner is a PT-76.
But they can't, you know, they probably can't say it in public where they live in Russia, because of reasons, you know.
Funny reasons.
Well, I mean, probably they you know, just average people aren't going to get thrown out of windows, but they might not have a good, you know, peaceful civil life in their job and their society if they start saying, you know, anti-Russian things. And like this one person again, I'm not going to mention, well, Mikhail. I mean, everyone knows, you know, no one knows who Mikhail is. It's, you know, such a common, you know, pronunciation, spelling, whatever, of Michael, so it's common. He's very conflicted about World War II. I think some of his ancestors, I don't know, might have fought for the Germans, and he is very, very anti-Bolshevik, but he's also yay for the great patriotic war, throwing the Germans out. So, you know, conflicted about that, because, you know, not being really pro-German, but anti-Bolshevik and anti-Stalin, you know. Whichever side you're fighting on in that war, you're fighting on the bad guy's side. As he sees it, and as I see it too. But, you know, it's bad guys fighting bad guys. Pick your side. Big Teeth 30.
I was about to be shot in the ass. possibly.
So in the sense that I want to see Russian aggression stopped, absolutely.
Oh. Yeah, there it goes. Knew it.
24, can you play as India? That would be amazing. I don't know.
In Hoi
The
4?
the main problem, I probably not, will be the actual
I mean,
correct
it's good
answer.
if you have somebody that's playing Britain. If not, you're just gonna get bullied by Britain, and AI Britain normally bullies you pretty hard.
And the other thing is, seeing, unfortunately, if you play smaller nations, at least on my channel, the viewership goes way down. Because yes, I might pick up a few more Indian viewers that would want to see India played, but the further I go away from Germany or some of the other major powers, my viewership plummets. So there's no point in making videos that very few people want to see.
You should play Switzerland. It's a major power if you make it.
Right. And so, you know, I hear you, and depending on the mod and how much they've added to India, it could be fun, but probably not. And it's not any distaste for playing India. Whenever you're ready, Lum.
Yeah, I'm searching for my fork that I put it here somewhere. Where the fuck did I
Your
put it?
fork? It's
Yeah,
in the
fork,
road.
eating.
It's in the road. It's in the road.
What?
In his back.
The devil's fork.
Fork in the road.
Nah. Oh, 1 second. I'm just gonna grab me another one.
Okay.
He's forked off.
Go fork himself.
We invade U.S.'s Germany.
Okay, I'm
yeah, well, you can see some of that in some of my earlier series. I have done that in Hoi 3. Invade
done?
the U.S.'s Germany.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. It
Some
takes
bullshit.
forever, and it basically makes the game just go on to like 54.
Well, no,
So
well, for Hoi 3, no, I can do it by 45, 46 or something, but you know, not super late.
I mean, yeah, you get there maybe at that time, but you still have to invade America.
Well, America is collapsing by that point. I have such a, in Hoi 3, I have such a, super army at that point. It's just crushing things.
Yeah, but I'm talking from Hoi 4 point.
Yeah, Hoi 4, yeah.
And first you have to get past the Navy, which you can actually get past by taking Canada over. If Britain actually surrenders correctly. That's only if they surrender correctly.
Yeah.
And then you have to rush to Canada and hope you can get some of the ports there before the Americans just take them over. And if that doesn't work, well, you have to go either through Argentina and just get a naval invasion from there, or you just basically have to beat the American Navy completely.
Yeah,
It's gonna take for fucking ever.
Like what Lum says is sort of how I've done it with Hoi 3, is a pincer movement, one island hopping across the South Atlantic and then into places like Brazil, and then north up through the Caribbean, avoiding the Navy, and the other island hopping, from Iceland to Greenland to Canada, and
Canada.
and then push
You
down
suck.
into the USA.
Come on, that's not fair.
Canada.
Multiple enemies here.
Unlike my usual, charge in hard. Hope to be a little lucky and take out the 2 or 3 bad guys. It's probably going to be a large number of people pushing from this side. So let's come here and
more side, so I can actually get my gun down.
see about.
The guy die. What the fuck was? Jesus Christ, I'm having a stroke. What the fuck was it? That's just now.
Maybe they're not coming.
Most of them have been caught. There's been like 1 or 2 going through.
Okay, well there is 1 or 2. Maybe I'll.
The storm on the hill here was pretty effective for killing all of them.
Okay.
There's like 3
I
dead
don't
tanks
see
on that way.
tracks. Oh, I see.
Ah,
I
what?
see.
Oh,
I see.
come
Oh,
from
and
the
he
other
got me.
side.
The other guy, go around.
You have
Go
no one on the
around.
other side, that's why.
Okay. Another push-up, same path. He's gonna take that M18.
Oh wait, no, it's just 8 points, so they just went around.
Yeah,
Oh,
just 8 points.
cock.
Oh, he got
I
him.
thought we had normal map with 3 points, so I was like, oh, okay, the side should be clear. Somebody's gonna spawn there and protect that. No!
Uh-oh. Smoke, if not covering my movement, covering the next guy's movement. Hiring to Minnesota since he thinks they share the qualities with Canada. Even though he's a U.S. citizen, he still identifies as Canadian. Well, I don't know
What?
what qualities are different in Canada, other than I guess Minnesota Nice is sort of Canadian.
They speak French too.
Minnesota, no, they don't.
Moose shaggers.
No, I mean, Canadian also speak French.
Yeah, but he's retiring to Minnesota. What has Canadian-like qualities? I don't know what
Drink a lot of beer.
they would be. Other than dislike of firearms, where America's we of course worship firearms.
Whoa, our plane.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
That scared me.
I'm waiting for I get artillery here, and I'm going to drop it right on this sucker here. He's moving around. He's going to come out and say howdy.
Where did that M18 go? Hasn't died. Oh,
He's dead now.
it seems
Yep,
to
we're
not
gonna
pushing
go here.
up.
Got a Romanian next to me. By the flag, at least. Okay, now we're going to go up and snipe into their spawn. Politically closer to Canada. Well, Minnesota, yeah, somewhat communist.
Somewhat communist.
Yeah, well, they had a long, deep tradition of unionism, and
I mean, unions are not bad if they're done right.
well,
If they're done right,
well, a lot of the
America has not
union
figured out how to do
movement is fundamentally socialistic. They feel that the pie is only so big, and they want their share of it, as opposed to the idea of growing the pie bigger. Not that I hate trying to shoot on the move like that because of the way War Thunder treats it.
feel like pie now.
Well, yeah,
want some
actual
pie,
pie,
there
real
you go.
pie is actually good, yes, but we're talking about the idea is that they want their they want to like they believe that there's only going to be so many workers for the factory, and they're trying to maximize the income for the worker, when instead of at the expense of the business, instead of growing the business. So it is that sort of fundamental leftism that many unions have.
again, if the unions are done right, they're not bad.
There's also anti-technological advancement. Yes, and anti-productivity, absolutely.
That's American unions.
Yeah, and if anything, okay, if anything is done right, it's good. Whatever. It's
Yeah,
sort
but
of
I'm
like
just saying that America gets it completely wrong, while many other nations do have unions, not
Right.
quite as strong as they might want to be, but strong enough that they can actually get something done. And it's
Well,
not something like,
Stalin
we
was-
just want more money. No, it's most of the time just small stuff.
Yeah, well, Stalin was evil. That's why they removed his body from the mausoleum, I believe.
Wait, what?
But yeah. So and like you say, these unions are anti. You know, having a workers' advocate group is not a bad idea. Forcing people who work at a company to join the union. I mean, that's the way it is at one company that I worked at. You had to join the union. You had no.
Yeah, but at that point, the fucking company is basically run by a union.
Well, you had no other option. Now, I was functionally fired, and the union got my job back. Or, you know, kept me from being fired, and basically got me where the manager of my location could not fire me without some super egregious bad thing that I could have done. You know, I mean, probably literally something like punching a customer would have taken to get me fired at that point, because the manager was a woman of color, and I don't think she liked that I was a white male. And the union did protect my individual job. And would I have chosen to join the union? Probably not. But it would have been a different situation, and maybe that would have been bad for me, and that the union wouldn't have protected me in this case, and things not worked out well for me. But that doesn't mean I should be forced to join a union either. You know what? Okay. Khrushchev took umbrage at the personality cult of Stalin. Yeah. Well, like I say, my one Russian friend that I'm talking about. I mean, I've known other Russian people, but this person is Russian in Russia today.
It's Russia. He's the entirety of Russia.
Yeah.
In Russia.
And you know, he's very anti-communistic and vehemently hates Stalin. There's a lot of people that, even if you were a communist, believed in the People's Revolution, just see Stalin as an evil dictator who ordered Trotsky's death. So even the communists, you know, many of them dislike Stalin. Stalin is, or was, or whatever, one of the most evil people in history, and definitely in the top 10, I would say, at least of leaders, because there may be some individual guy being even more evil in his personal life, but as large leaders, one of the most, and to my, the top 10, and I'd put him in the top 3 of the 20th century. Talk about Genghis Khan. Oh, well, Hitler and Mao are the other two that are
Those are pretty obvious ones. Yeah, I hope you had something weird in there.
Well, I mean, we can talk about Himmler, and we can talk about some of the other.
You just said as leaders of great nations.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking top leader types, and we can talk. As in people up at the top of the triangle, not just some guy who, the guy who's running the death camp. I'm putting down lower, or running the, what is it, Lukashenko or whatever, the
Lukashenko.
Lukashenko or whatever, the building where lots of people went in and never came out because they burnt them in the furnace there in Russia.
And how else are they going to heat the building?
Right, and so those individuals, may be more evil themselves, like again somebody running the death camp, but we know Theodore Ike's name, but high up in the political leadership. And then you have another one who doesn't do as many killings, but as a percentage of his population, you know, Pol Pot kills approximately 1/3 of the Cambodians.
Damn.
And that, you know, that, and that's between basically 1975 and 1979 when communist Vietnam invades Cambodia to get rid of communist Cambodian murder party leader, you know. So, you know, it got so bad other communists had to invade.
They didn't go as hard into communism as he did.
Even
No, but- well, yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, no, well, actually, the Vietnamese, I mean, the government is still communistical, but they've never gone as hard as, and I've watched some videos on it, never have gone as hard as, like, Pol Pot or even Mao, you know, during the Cultural Revolution. I mean, because they've always sort of had a small farmer profit idea. You know, it's still very communist, but you can sort of kind of own, you know, small farmer plots of land or a small, you know, store or something, even under the most communistic days of, you know, the North Vietnam Communist Party rulership, whether just in the north or in the south as well. So yeah, the Vietnamese are still communists. Communism is evil. It's an evil philosophy. Not just does evil in killing millions and millions of people, but is an evil philosophy.
Fear me, for I am returned.
What
Well,
happened?
hello. Hope things are okay.
I have been eating dinner.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that right now.
I had
Riddle.
what's it called in English? Pork chops. That's it. Haha.
Pork chops,
Pork.
yes. I'm, you know, I've eaten a lot of pork, or, you know, my mother used to fix them, but I've never been terribly fond of pork chops. I like things like ham and bacon and sausage and other pork products. But pork chops, it just seems sort of bland to me. And
I
Yeah,
ate
they are.
so much growing up. I'm so tired of it. Had I had any choice in today's dinner, I would have chosen anything but.
okay, yeah, and just,
Anything?
well, anything that he likes, or presumably,
No.
but yeah, you know.
I was
But
about to say human flesh.
yeah, I could figure that one, where you were going with that. But yeah, yeah,
Really
pork
tastes
chops
like
are just
chicken.
sort of plain white meat. Maybe if somebody's spicing them up well or something, that might be good. But
Right.
I'm just sort of
Right.
like,
Here's the thing, right? We have bland pork chops with bland potatoes and bland
Potatoes
carrots.
are never bland. How dare you? Oh, fuck this.
Potatoes
Wait, wait.
are bland. They are.
How
such a
dare you? I
bland
thought
in
you
a
were part
dictionary, and
Polish,
you'll
you
find a
fucker.
picture of a potato.
Potatoes
I thought
are
you
good.
were part Polish. Potatoes
Potatoes
are
are
the
good.
best vegetables exist.
No, he
Yeah,
lies.
exists.
Potato is a staple of Norwegian cuisine, and I hate potato. I'd much rather have pasta or rice. God fucking damn it, that shit can be mixed nicely with some sauce and shit.
Yeah, but
The only
potatoes
thing
are
we can
just
have
good.
with
You can just
potato is
boil a potato
gravy.
and you already it's a good potato.
Potato is good.
Yes, it is.
The only
Yes.
good thing potato can be used for is to make pasta.
Potato can be used to
Potato-
make
pot-
pasta.
Yeah, now
fries, baked potato, all
Mashed
kinds of good
potato.
things. All
Hash
kinds-
browns.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm not big on
Fries are-
hash browns, but there's a lot of good stuff with
Fries
potatoes.
are
Where
fucking
did he go?
great,
Did he
yeah.
go this way?
It's just not
Oh,
good
you're over there.
for me.
Chips.
That's some- yeah, chips. Which
Feed
are,
'em fries.
which are thick French
dare
fries,
you.
basically. But yeah,
Stop defending the potatoes.
potatoes
Like I
are
said,
great.
The amount of potatoes I eat would scare you. Because I eat
Yeah,
them nearly every day.
Potatoes, you know, potatoes are great. You're
Best.
you know, yeah. And you know, a good baked potato with I'm just a butter on it. I know some people like sour cream and
Yeah,
chives,
just
but
butter or mayo or something like that.
but just good butter, but baked it right, it's wonderful. Or even mashed potatoes. I know they're sort of bland, but again, you put a little bit of
What's
pepper.
mashed potato bland?
You put a little bit of pepper. You put butter into it. You can have, and then of course you can make, you know, like dirty mashed potatoes with like bacon bits or something in them that are, you know,
I wouldn't call
good
them
too.
dirty.
So Well, just that they're mixed with, you know, something, you know, other than
Lush
just...
and leeks.
Usually, we just have plain plain potatoes, not mashed, not baked, not anything else. Just plain ass, boring
How can you
potatoes.
not bake them? A raw potato gives you a fucking stomachache.
Ah!
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's-
I mean,
Yeah,
they won't
cooked
kill you,
potatoes.
but they give you a pretty
I
bad
mean,
stomachache.
you gotta cook them. I mean, maybe it's different than baking or something, but I don't know.
Cook them, grill them.
Yeah, I mean, we cook it, yes, but... I will not. Just cook the potato, put it on the plate. No seasoning, no spicing, nothing else. Just
I mean, you're
potato
gonna have
and
salt
water.
on there.
Now, a proper baked potato that I'm used to is baked heavily, so it's really flaky, and you sort of once you get it, you know, you sort of mash it. You know, you work it in your hands and then cut it open, so it's sort of, you know, somewhat flaky, and then you scoop it out, and it's really good.
How do you mash it in your hands?
Well, you sort of not mash it, but you sort of work it a little bit with your hands to soften the.
How the fuck are you even gonna touch it with your hands? It's gonna burn your fucking hand.
Well, you wait till it normally cools off a bit, so that
But
at
then
that
it's
point.
not as good anymore.
Well, no, it's still hot. Well, I don't know. I mean, it melts butter when I put it in. It's, and you know,
Well, you
I'm not doing that
ruin
a whole
butter
lot.
If it's in.
But yeah, no, it's, you know, baked potato at a steak restaurant with a steak. You know, oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
They do
potato
it-
steak's just glorious.
Yeah, if they're doing it right, if you're doing it right, and yes, you know, like you can add other things or just have butter. I mean, I'm just a butter person, but well, a little bit of salt, maybe salt, but a little teeny bit of pepper, and
Yeah, you have to have salt. Everything has to have salt.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's
salt,
bland as fuck anyway.
but definitely a little bit of pepper, and you're talking with butter. To me, that's
White
just.
pepper.
No, somehow I missed that shot. It looked like it goes shell, but I don't know. Okay, somebody's shooting at me from over there. Where are you? Oh, you're way out there and you got my track. Oh, there's two of them. They got my barrel. Damn. Okay, well, I'm not going to last too long.
Where are they?
They're way at their spawn.
Oh.
I think it's been
They
up
just
for
got,
six.
two of them, three of them just got bombed.
Mark.
I think I'm saved.
No, I saw something like close and I thought that was shooting at you. So it was like,
Well, there
if you
was
mark
an
him, I might be able to shoot him. Ah, what the
64.
fuck? I just got shot from our spawn. What the fuck?
Just go on the bank up on the.
No, I like chatting. It's easy.
What?
Go on the up on the hill to the left.
Why did I just get shot by our own spawn?
Right, goat
There's a
cart.
guy up on the hill on the left.
Well, seeing, no, that isn't for me.
That's the tank.
I don't know. Unlike Britain, America does not have much Indian food that would be strictly considered Indian. I don't know how much Indian food I would like. Oh boy, there's a bunch way out there.
There we go, got that. There was a panther in our spawn. Or like towards our spawn from here.
Well, looks like toy jet out there. So I don't know how much Indian food I'd like. I don't like spicy foods. I know not all Indian food is spicy, but some of it is, I know.
I mean, there's always reason in spice. There's good spiciness and then it's just killing you.
Well, yeah, mild spice I actually like, because I grew up with something of a diet of Mexican food, which is a bit spicy, but I like spice a little bit more than my dad, but not as much as my mother. So mild spiciness is fine, but beyond that, it gets too much for me. I don't doubt that if you have the right palate, some of what you eat, sing is probably good, but I just don't necessarily have the right taste or palate for a lot of that.
So we don't have a lot of any kind of food other than maybe Turkish shit. Which I really don't like.
Thing, if you viewers don't know, his family runs a few restaurants, so he
Who?
probably knows what he's talking about on
Whose family?
Indian food. Sing in chat.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I wish that stuff was more around here. But the few restaurants that have anything Asian are stupid expensive.
Right.
And not even
And,
that great.
probably either Chinese or Japanese.
No, Chinese is nearly non-available here.
Uh,
You would have to go to like Zurich or something. Maybe there's some, but just like just Asian cuisine, just curry and stuff. Stupid expensive.
Every single high street has it here.
well,
Every small town, everywhere.
some Highlanders, probably
Yeah, but
some.
Switzerland has a problem with getting anything cheap here, so they just don't open anything. It's
Oh,
just too
for an
expensive
hour or
to
two
sell
more
for any
is easy.
reason. Now you go over to Germany, there's gotta be everywhere.
Why don't you just
That
get it from the
stuff's everywhere.
suppliers in Germany?
Because it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe the Swiss don't have an appetite for it. Maybe they just don't buy enough.
Yeah,
of it.
no, the point is the Swiss mostly eat cheap food. It's sad as it is. I mean, you can go into expensive restaurants, but at that point you want French cuisine and not fucking
Yeah.
Indian or anything.
Yeah.
Because very good eating here is just considered French.
What
Yeah.
what you're raised on food wise
Italian.
very much determines for at least most people the types of food they're gonna like. And
Absolutely.
so if you're raised on particular things as a child, most
Raised on mashed vegetables and milk and
yeah, and
Milk is great.
that to me sounds horrible because Americans aren't.
I mean
And-
baby food. I mean joking.
Oh, I'm talking once you get out of baby food.
Yeah.
But but
Once
mashed
actually conscious.
mashed peas and such are very much an English to me thing that we don't do here.
I'm not too big of a fan of that either.
So I know because I think no, you can keep talking, ZZ. I want interaction with the chat. I'm serious, I do. Just excuse me at times. I got to focus on the battle, unlike a strategy game where I can maybe stop and talk.
Yeah, strategy. You mean
But
turn-based.
I hope Singh understands that to many outsiders, India is one big mystery box, and we know bits and pieces of it, and we sort of presume, like, what little we know is sort of like what it is everywhere in India, but India is a huge place with many languages and cultures and diets and whatnot, so especially
So many
America.
humans.
And the British know it a bit better just because obviously they lived there for a while. But you get into other European areas, it's just India to them, sort of like,
I mean,
people
yeah.
people who wear turbans and have dark skin. I mean, that's about as far as a lot of people know or understand. Mostly vegetarian, but a little non-veg food is very good. I will highly recommend you chicken biryani, or if you want to eat it with roti Indian bread, try butter chicken. Well, butter chicken or something that sounds good to me. I like chicken.
Chicken again.
That is
Bread.
Stargaloo, isn't it?
Bread, I'm willing to try. See if I like it. Because I like bread.
America doesn't have bread though.
I
You don't have the
personally
chemical waste.
believe that the human body is designed to have a certain level of meat, and partially for the brain, because it doesn't have to have meat, but it needs to have a certain level of protein, and that is mostly found in meat. There we go. Good shot.
That's still alive, whatever that is. Nope, that's
So, and I know there are
You're going
religious
hard,
reasons in India for being vegetarian, and obviously your religious beliefs, whatever they're going to be. But I really think a proper
have
diet has at least some
Charlie.
meat in it.
What is shooting me there? Oh, there.
Ice one.
Oh, cock. No, that was not the highest one. I was
There is
shooting
an
at
ice
something
one
else.
around there.
Yeah, I can see.
I'll shell up.
Knock over this tree. No, it's too thick.
Can.
Okay.
Yeah, I just shoot blindly and hope I hit. Nope. Wait, there it is.
Well, there's
That's
somebody
an
on
M4.
C. There's somebody on
There's
C
two.
here.
At
Am I
least.
supposed to be helping you out, Lum? Somebody here?
I don't know. I mean, the guy I'm shooting at is not on C.
There's an
he's-
IS-1 as well. Like
I see somebody there, and I tracked him. Okay, so you can't. Let's see if I can get. Oh, he looks like he's doing it backwards.
Oh, I can see
Behind
him.
this bush.
If I move a little bit back.
Okay. No hit, no
I turn my
damage.
gun. Why is my gun so slow? Oh, the turret ring is fucked. He actually sees me. Okay. Come on, move out
Okay,
again.
well,
Hope that
Ready to
stupid
move with
M4
fire?
doesn't shoot at me.
got him.
There we go.
got him.
Back to this M4. Where is he? Is he still there? Does he like potatoes?
Does he like potatoes? I don't know.
Oh, there's
I was
another one.
wrong about some things. I think potatoes are
There's
an
another
American.
IS. There's another IS there. Or
I think-
T-34, I don't know. One of the two.
I think
couldn't
potatoes
really
are
see that.
strictly American food. All the varieties of potatoes are and that have been imported into Europe.
South
Um,
American. Yeah.
Yeah, all American food. And now, of course, they become staple diets in way low.
There's like I said, there's a
Ireland
T-34.
and Germany and Russia. But prior to the discovery of America, Europe did not know of the potato. So I don't know if it's migrated into Indian food at all.
They have it. Yeah, they use it a lot as an ingredient in like curries.
He didn't see that I
Okay.
was a
They don't eat it like a standalone thing. They eat it like as an
Okay.
ingredient.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But I do know.
They
it's-
chop it up and throw it into.
Now is that European Indian food or is that Indian food? Do you know?
I think Indians. Yeah, Indian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Sag aloo is like
because
spinach and,
American Mexican food is different than Mexican food.
oh, right.
So I'm just
I got you.
saying
Yeah.
that we have, whether it's chains or individual restaurants, serve a style of Mexican food, and some of it has been certain dishes have been created strictly in America. And the Mexicans here eat it too. I mean, it's not like just the non-Mexicans eat it.
Our Mexicans.
Colombian exchange saved hundreds of millions of Asian peasants. Oh, okay. Very good folk. Yes.
What happened?
He said Colombian exchange, which I think he's referring to Columbus, saved hundreds of millions of Asian peasants from starvation. That's what he's saying.
The
Like
Colombian
tobacco.
exchange is the bringing of American crops to Europe and Asia.
Right. Because the proper way to refer to peoples and things here is pre-Columbian, because the idea that with the leftist spread, am I a Native American? I was born here. My grandparents were born here. Some of my ancestors were here before independence. So, they've been here since before the 1770s in America. I am a third generation Californian. Is that a native? Well, if you're trying to specify and because they don't want to be called Indians, even though they are Indians, they don't like to be called Indians here in America anymore.
Who's?
The pre-Columbian Americans, or what sometimes they want to call themselves Native Americans. Well, I would consider myself, my ancestors were the actual colonials, but I'm a native here now. And the peoples here in America are West Indians, because Columbus,
right there.
because Columbus thought he made it to India. Yeah, I see him, and he just killed me.
I always think it's funny that he thought it was India.
Because at first, because he thought the world was much smaller. He knew it was round, and people since Ptolemy and before the Ptolemy, astronomer
I know
guy,
why he did it, but it's just
Yeah.
I think it's funny because you reach this land supposedly in like basically partially British, and everybody doesn't speak English. So what?
No,
Nobody
no,
speaks English,
there
so what?
there weren't any British there at the time.
Yeah, that's the point.
No, in India, there were no British at the time.
Wait, what?
No,
Wasn't that
no,
already-
it was Portugal's. No, it was Portugal.
Oh, or Portuguese, whatever, European.
Because Britain had yet to get around the Horn of Africa at the time of Columbus. Oh no, it was just Spain and
Nice.
Portugal out there.
Didn't know I could see into this point from here.
And
Oh.
even though the astronomer Ptolemy, there's a bunch of Ptolemies, 100,000s
Hello,
of them, I'm
Tomo.
sure. He was actually very close to correctly coming up with the circumference of the Earth, but by the time that Columbus and people, those that were sort of scientific, thought it was much smaller. So he thinks he sailed so long, he starts telling his crew, well, we've somehow missed Cathay or China, and so we're getting close to India now. Well, obviously we're
Yeah, that's
so
the other funny part. How did
Yeah.
you miss China?
yeah, and they really didn't even hardly know that Japan, even the concept of that. And so they call, and the British and still to this day call places like Jamaica the West Indies, as opposed to the East Indies, which is the East Indies as in where Singh is from. And so the quote-unquote Native Americans are Indians, in that they are in the English-speaking world from the Indies. But another proper term, if you want to call them, is pre-Columbian Americans, meaning before Columbus. And pre-Columbian cultures and pre-Columbian foods. And for all the complaining that people want to do about Europeans in America, remember, when the Europeans show up, everybody living in the Americas is basically in the Stone Age. Yes, the Aztec and the Inca did work gold and silver as jewelry, but that was it. They had very, very little other metal.
Socially, they were actually further ahead in Stone Age, but yes.
Well,
Technology-wise,
those two empires, Aztec and the Incas, yes, and those are the only two empires in the Americas. Oh, there's a tank right there. But the rest, the North American Indians, not just the Plains Indians, but all the North American Indians, they're in this Stone Age, clearly. So, and yes, of course, they fought, and lots of people died, and lots of people contracted diseases that their bodies were unprepared for, just because, just like half of Europe dies because they get diseases from Asia, shall we say, coming in through, Constantinople, the plagues. As
good old spice road business.
Yeah, and exactly. And I mean, they think they've tracked it down almost down to some of the original ships that brought it into the Byzantine world, the spread of the plague. Bubonic and pneumonic plague, because it's just whether you get it through the lungs or you get it through a bite, same basic infection. The pneumonic, of course, is much, much more deadly version of it, just because it's in your lungs. And the European populace had no natural immunities based out of it, so it just wrecks it. Where it's normally just a bad disease and often deadly in the East, but not as societal wiping out as it was in the West. And that's what happened when the Europeans showed up here in the Americas. But it's not the Europeans' fault. It's just nature, literally just nature. And yeah, you want to let people to be in. You look at again, I'll constantly go this with the Aztec, not the Inca, but the Aztec. They did mass human sacrifice and cannibalism. You're just going to
Why
let
wouldn't
those? You're going to just let those exist? You don't know.
Yeah.
No woman's rights.
Well, yeah, well, and not that there was much women's rights in Europe. I mean, there were rights for women, definitely in Europe, but not equal rights. But yeah, and the Americas, all of the Americas took slaves. You know, obviously they weren't grabbing them up from Africa and shipping them in, but whether different tribes or different groups, you know, would take slaves of each other and things. So there's, you know, this wasn't some sort of halcyon wonder, you know, hippie, because you know, the 1970s want to make this out as, you know, sort of cool hippie type existence that the Indians had. No, it was violent, deadly, uncomfortable. You're just coming here for me to kill you, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Killed.
So yeah. And of course, people weren't as kind to others back then, generally speaking, as we are today.
Unless you're from the same tribe.
Well, yeah. Within your community, people may have been very, very kind. You know, with whether tribe or extended family or however you want to say that. Yes, they were, sure. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm partially retired, bro. I'm old.
Bro.
May not sound it. Well, it's bro 918, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay, gamers going young mode.
Unless 918 is supposed to translate into some sort of letters I don't get, but yeah. I'm you know, I don't expect people to call me gamer 1745 all the time. Just gamer is fine, so I just sort of shorten most of that. Ptolemy thought the Earth had a small circumference and was standard. I think Ptolemy got that better, folk. I could be wrong, and I'm obviously going from memory, and I'm going from an old documentary that Ptolemy and the circumference of the Earth, that they measured it based on shadows north and south along the but I think he got it mostly right, but
I mean, they got
don't
it mostly right with the Greek era. The Greeks got it mostly right at that point already.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
again,
I think
it's not perfect, but it's for the time amazing.
Yeah, and I think they changed it. That by Columbus's time they misunderstood it.
Help.
I mean, again, that's Greek, so it's ancient.
Yeah.
So like it's still been written down at that point.
Yeah, and you got to realize that yes, by the time Columbus is going, the Renaissance is happening, but there's still a lot of ignorance about the ancient world and their knowledge, that just what they knew when Columbus is doing.
Wait, the point is already.
Watch out, Lum!
No.
Watch out, Lum! Watch out! There's somebody out there. I didn't know
That's
you were coming this
40.
way.
That is that.
Yeah.
Basically, killed Slaughter. There it goes. Oh, Jesus. Why does the wreck have to explode after it's already dead?
I wish it would more quietly just change into wreck form or something, but whatever.
I mean, it's French. There's nothing that explodes in there.
Well, some say I was born in 1745, but I've seen more than half of a century. I won't go into specific ages, just, you know.
I thought
Basic.
you were crowned God Emperor of the Galaxy in 1745.
No, not God Emperor.
Bugger.
What? Maybe crown something, but not God Emperor.
Crown something.
Yeah, so
Why?
I'm old,
Ancient.
ancient.
He knew Napoleon when he was a little boy.
Well,
I mean,
he wasn't much taller than me when you know, Napoleon's short.
what?
Looks like his,
Oh, somebody's
I
just
think there's a
about
couple
ahead.
of pilots, but otherwise it's just Team G left here.
Hey there. Oh, cock, I identified it wrong. Why do I always do that? Fuck off. Go away. Go somewhere else. Oh, no, it's an IS-2. I got it right. Got it. Oh, no, it's a KV-122. Basically, same.
Oh, there.
Oh, okay. Oh, they just shot at me.
Gunner loader. Gone.
Okay, well, I'm pushing up on him.
How did that thing not kill me, actually?
Something in
I don't
my
that's more than enough pen to go through my
Oh,
phone.
there's something down the way, too.
in the road.
Yeah, straight down the road. It came out while I was looking for the thing in the sort of triangle safe
cock.
area of the wreckage. He's moving up rapidly to the point. We'll come to the 470. That's how I've got so much knowledge, because I'm so old. I've read a lot of books. I was also educated in the era when I thought they educated people badly, but as it turns out, they could educate them even less.
They could get way worse.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we can do that. Would you guys mind transferring over to the Americans?
Sure.
Okay.
What we are?
5-7.
Sure.
I'll take a break.
Sing
I'll
wants
take a break.
to. Okay. That means Toyjet can come back in.
If you want to.
Yeah, if he wants to. I hope he wants to. Oh, okay. Well, if you're busy, you're busy, but.
Oh,
All right.
No, not that what I want.
Right now, KG Moose. No, not now, KG Moose. We're busy with the group here. Move from squad for strong arm.
No, strong my
See if we
left.
get a good map here for M18 play. Running around, dashing around, pretending you're a scout, even though you're a tank destroyer.
What's the difference?
Gaijin BS.
Put that there. I think now that thing needs to be moved. Put something else there.
Just because it's fast and thin skin doesn't mean it's a scout. When they don't give actual scouting vehicles, even some that are in the right rank, don't give them scouting, I think is terrible. Call them tank destroyers. Yeah, I know. I have a PAC 40 on them or something. Yeah, same point. Oh, lovely. Okay, 1 point. All right. Okay. Well, let's. There. We'll see if we can rush to the heights.
Oh, please tell me our spawn is not actually down there. Actually, their spawn is also down there.
Yeah, it's a reasonably fair spawning situation. Just single point.
I remember. I thought it was up on the hill, like on the normal 3 point. Because if their point would be up there, that would be an insane advantage, because they could just drive straight while we have to drive up. And we have a little bit of a fucking jam here. Holy fuck.
A little bit. Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of M4s here that's just kind of jammed up.
Sort of like driving in the Netherlands, probably. All the bicycles running around.
What is that T-44 doing? Why you take the fucking dumbass?
What's your thoughts on aircraft being in? This is Oh, we here would all love a strictly ground mode. In TeamG.
Yeah, because most people use aircraft just as a revenge bombing instrument, and it's fucking stupid.
And I know that if they had a ground-only mode, combined battles would die quickly, because those that want to do air and combined battles, you know, that like rush a point, get enough points, you J out and come in an aircraft, would just end up battling other aircraft, because everybody would be an aircraft. Nobody would be in ground
You're
vehicles
an
after a point.
aircraft.
Or as much as possible, they would be an aircraft. I mean, probably everybody couldn't get there, but it would get to where it was mostly just aircraft.
And then there's the masochist that actually likes being bombed.
Well, okay, there's always a few masochists. There's, you know, whenever we talk in universalities, it's really a generality in that most.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's a funny.
You always find somebody who likes, you know, something that no one else does. That didn't go
Good
well.
old suffering and pain. Who doesn't like it, right?
And he gets my red. And like,
Don't you love that? Oh, hey, there's a M4 or something up there. Oh no, it's a CA Lorraine, which is
Well,
just
thank
an
you,
M4,
love.
but okay. Oh, was that one of your problems?
Oh, going to be.
There's another one right next to it.
No.
But I don't have a perfect picture on it, so I can reshoot.
I don't see. I'm looking through.
I'm just gonna...
Nope.
The tree didn't go down, as I hoped it would, but it didn't. Well, whatever was next to it killed Arno, I think. Or at least shot
Yeah.
at the same time as Arno just died.
It was the Panther D.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the bush there, but I can't see, and the tree is not gonna disappear.
Nashorn got me from somewhere. Where was it? Where was it? Oh, near me. Pushing on me. He's right near the where Lorraine was, and somebody just hit him good.
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
said. There's something else next to Lorraine. Don't
Yeah.
know what it is, or if it's multiples, but something else moved there.
Hmm.
And since my vision works on movements, I can only see them if they move. Well, the last one died.
Good. Squeezed by Arno here.
Squeeze. Oh right, angles. I should maybe shoot the top, not the bottom.
Really right there.
That was
Just in
too
case
high.
somebody's-
I should also try to aim correctly.
Nah. Aiming is overrated.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Shooting him blindly in the smoke works, but actually trying to aim doesn't, so... Point made. Case closed. Get the gun down, come on. Turn it down. Where are these enemies? Okay, they're not visible to me.
Now, we haven't in a long time had enough people to come in and do a custom battle. My minimum is 6.
And we
8
had
or more
6
is better.
last week, but we didn't choose to.
Well, we ended about the time that we got 6 people.
Oh, cock, that's a bigger thing than I thought it was. Ah, cock, damn it. And then I get shot by
We're
a fucking
behind
carrier.
the thingy there. I see. I'll see if that... Nope. That was a lum attempt at just a blind fire to the location.
Oh no, I was shooting at a tiger. I just didn't think it was a tiger. I thought it was something smaller.
Let's charge
I
an
love
open-top
that.
vehicle right into the
The
artillery.
M18 is the only fucking
There we go.
tank that has the M2 actually mounted by a person.
Somebody killed this guy. Thank you. It was useful.
You know, now I really want to watch the Jurassic Park. At least the original, maybe the new sequels as well. Not Jurassic World. Original Jurassic Park.
Why do you want to watch that now?
Because we talked about fucking they really do move in herds earlier, and now I want to watch
Ah.
Jurassic Park.
Ah, okay.
Did you know
Yeah,
if
birds
dinosaurs
are just
eat-
dinosaurs. I mean, they're just maybe one small strain of dinosaurs that then multiplied out into a huge
Nah, they don't
variety of things.
exist. It's
But-
made up by the government so they could sell more movies.
I'm back
But-
on my computer.
Birds are dinosaurs.
Why not dinosaurs or birds?
Well, yes, that too.
What was first, the egg or the chicken?
Egg.
Dinosaurs
Egg.
were three-toed animals, unlike mammals or reptiles and whatnot, and they laid eggs, and so do birds on both those accounts.
I
Yes, I
wonder
know
what does
most
a
dinosaurs
dino egg
had-
taste like.
Had
Is it the same as a chicken egg?
probably
Feathery or downy exterior in addition to reptilian skin.
well, yeah, and I don't know how widespread that it is. They're more and more finding feathers, including
Ooh.
feathers that are not flight-oriented feathers that are just like you say downy or whatever that
Yeah.
are. But I don't know if T-Rex was feathered or not, or some of the big I'm forgetting the name, the big
Theropods.
Oh,
sauropods.
somebody killed it.
Oh, Thomas Truth. Probably
No,
everything you've been
it's-
told about it.
it is generally believed now that some had a set of like a downy exterior for in part heat regulation and such, and also just feathers for mating and signaling.
Yeah, it very well could be.
And not as
I
much
don't
feathers
know
for
whether it
flight.
just people did not recognize, because we do have dinosaurs here in the La Brea tar pits. If they go back far enough.
Like
I don't know
alive
if you-
ones?
No,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I don't know if you guys know, but here in the LA area in La Brea, there's these tar pits that animals have been following in for a huge amount of time, going back to the
Yeah.
dinosaurs. But there's a lot of the megafauna, the large, saber-tooths, whatever, and giant sloths, this and whatnot, that were here in North America that have fallen into it. And one of the really good things about that is that they fall in and are a lot more protected by the tar than allowing. I mean, they can decompose because they can be decomposed to a degree. So it's not like their DNA is saved or whatever. It's not like being maybe an amber or something, at least mostly.
ah, yes, the thing that was made for the movie.
Well, I've seen obviously yes, it could be faked, but like an ant preserved in amber.
Oh no, I mean no, not that part. I mean
Yeah.
just generally like finding DNA in amber.
Yeah, I know.
Like, ah, yes, they found dino DNA just lying around in amber.
Yeah,
He
but
found an entire dino in amber. He was still alive.
whether in the various diggings up of things that they found, like, shall we say, impressions of feathers and just didn't realize what they were looking at and didn't even expect to see them there, so it didn't recognize in their brain that they may have found it. Because supposedly there's some peoples, and I think this was a thing that I saw, peoples up in the Himalayas, very remote Himalayas. You could show them like drawing pictures of people, and they wouldn't recognize that they're people, just because of the way they understood things. Flattened images wouldn't translate in
But are birds people?
as people, where obviously they recognize people as 3D objects in the world. So just they're
Are birds people?
calculating and understanding things that, so maybe people were seeing feathers but didn't even think feather, so they just thought it was, I don't know, grass. I'm just seeing grass in front of me here, though there wasn't grass back in the days of the dinosaur. Grass did not exist. Plants had not yet developed into grass. They were things like ferns. Ferns are very, very old plants. So much action in this game, most strategy. Yeah, there's some. You have plenty of dinosaurs in CA there. Yeah, true, Thomas, true. I gotta remember to watch the Rumble chat. I am live on Rumble, and actually we have a chatter at Rumble today. That's very nice. Getting more people over
What's
there.
a rumble?
Rumble. Play with a plane. Yeah, Stuka. I do have a Stuka, but I crash into the ground more than anything else. So that Biden will bring. Right. Health event will likely be. No, I don't think Biden will be reelected. I do not believe so. I think Trump will be the next president of the United States because I think Trump will easily win the Republican primary. And I know a lot of people in America don't want to see Trump as president, but even more people don't want to see Biden as president again. So
I mean, he's a Alzheimer's patient, basically.
yeah,
He deserves to put in a home and taken care of.
Yeah,
not put in
exactly.
an office.
Exactly. And I think, each side has its ardent supporters. So as always, you're always within American politics as opposed to Europe, which can fragment into different parties. But with the two-party system that we have here, you're always looking for the the people in the middle, which way are they going to go? I think there'll be people on that are never Trumpers on the right, and people that are never Trumpers on the left that won't vote for Biden. It'll just sit the elections out. But I think it's going to come down. It'll be Trump. That is my current analysis. That I am 80+% sure Trump will be the next elected. Because again, a health event might put Kamala Harris in as president beforehand. But she is another disaster too. If you truly believe that you could make a decent money bet. Yeah, I know there's the predicted markets and whatnot that you could bet on presidency. Yeah, because everything the Democrats do promotes Trump up. That DA in New York City that has charged Trump with a huge number of crimes, including, from my understanding, a bunch of unspecified crimes, literally unspecified, not just.
Why are you here? Crimes. What kind of crimes? Crimes.
Well, so it's just like things like conspiracy to do whatever because of whatever, and it is so nebulous. If you look at the actual list of charges, and some of them
accused of crime,
and some of them are past the statute of limitations. Now, statute of limitations, as I only recently found out, only starts counting once they discover the crime. So meaning, and murders, there's no statute of limitation. But let's say if somehow they only discovered the crime that you embezzled money from something, even though it was 10 or 20 years ago, but nobody knew that the money was embezzled that long ago, and the statute of limitations runs out in 5 years. Well, it only starts running at the time once they figure out the money has been embezzled. Not that you did it, but that it's been embezzled. And then they get however long to look for the perpetrator of the crime. Well, the main stuff that they claiming that Trump, because whether money was given to the porn star, whether Trump knew anything about the money given to the porn star before or after the fact is still up to question. And then if that was campaign money or non-campaign money is another question, or whatever. But even if that does technically roll out to be a crime, it's past its statutes of limitations, and all the rest of it, conspiracies relating to it, because they knew of the underlying crime, are also past the statute of limitations. So it's all a lot of BS, and it's just making Trump stronger with his base. It's disgusting the middle that's, going, well, leave the guy alone. If, you find something new that he did, okay, go after him, but not trying to dig up old BS on old things that I would say to a point, the porn star was a blackmailer. So at worst, you're seeing a situation where Trump was maybe having one of his bagmen pay off a blackmailer. Whether that's whether it is legal or illegal to pay off a blackmailer, and whether they're blackmailing over a true fact, because supposedly again, it's just my understanding, and I very likely have, well, I'm sure I have some facts wrong, don't know which ones, but because I just don't know all the facts.
Yes, if you only knew what facts we always had wrong.
Right. So don't take what I'm, don't complain too much that I'm getting something wrong, because I'm sure I am. But the idea that, paying off a blackmailer, or, again, it may be true, that he slept with her, though she's made sworn statements, under penalty of perjury that it did not happen. So, and then of course she's also said that it's happened. And she was threatening to put it in her book. Well, threatening to put it in a book and then accepting money not to put it in the book sounds like blackmail to me, whether it happened or not.
Threatening to put it in a book.
Well, that would hurt his reputation, chances of, running for president or something. That sounds like blackmail. So, and not blackmail over a crime. It's just infidelity or whatever. So, So a lot of people are going to have sympathy for Trump on this, even if he was involved, knew it, because it happened. But did the lawyer tell Trump beforehand or afterwards? We don't know. We don't, and we can't trust Cohen's, because Cohen is a convicted perjurer. He's a convicted liar, and he said that he's told Trump, and he said that he hasn't told Trump. So until we have. And he's only said that he's told Trump after he has been convicted of other crimes and is doing anything he can to stay out of jail. So he'll probably make shit up just to stay out of jail. So I don't trust anything he says, not just because I don't want to believe it, but he is, a known liar and would lie to stay out of jail. I would readily say so. Nope. Bang.
Oh boy, am I about to blow? No, I'm not good.
Let's move behind the rocks. So I don't trust anything he says regarding this case and Trump personally. But whatever Trump may or may not have known, I don't care. I don't think Trump was...
No! Fucking plane, there's a damn there. Oh, now the auto M36 got it. Come on! Stupid plane shot on my gun just as I was about to shoot.
Other than being scummy in personal life, I don't think he's done anything criminally wrong.
Being an asshole is not a crime.
Right, yeah, exactly. What Lum says. And... Oh, if you're talking about the big X's, those are anti-tank obstacles. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep making that same path.
Big X's.
Well, I don't know. Well, because it's SIG-AX, I don't know if Sing knows what jacks are.
Stupid fucking planes. Why?
At least an American toy of the 1950s, so he might not know what jacks are.
Jacks?
Yeah, jacks.
Who's Jack?
Where you throw these things that look like metal tank traps onto the ground, and you bounce a ball and you try to scoop up a bunch of them. And I never really played it, but it was a game way back when.
Yeah, but who's Jack?
With an incumbent president will Yeah, it's yeah, you're absolutely right, CZ, and people aren't terribly fond of Biden's presidency.
Dude,
and what's Thomas saying over
Alzheimer.
A letter from Stormy Daniels that her and Trump. Yeah, absolutely, it's all. But she's also, claimed that said that it's true as well. So, and maybe also under penalty of law, perjury or whatever you say, and not just. You can make all the BS statements you want in public. It's what you say and sign with, witnesses that are as a legal document is what counts. And I think, he's moved up. The Struve 74. Watch out, whoever's going down that road. Yeah, and so yeah, Thomas, I don't care about what Trump's done in the past, sexually, kind of thing with whoever, unless it's something that's like illegal, you can just say the word young, and you know what I mean. Unless it's something like that, and we have evidence. Like, I don't know, Biden, but unless it's something like Biden, because we see visual actions of Biden, I don't know if they are more than just liking to smell people's hair, which may or may not be sexual. It just may be creepy, and people are creepy. I don't know, but we do see him smelling. We do see him smelling people's hair on videotape. So
multiple times, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I'm not making that bit up. That ain't speculation or making stuff up or slandering. We see that happening. Again, I don't know why he's doing it or what it is. Maybe he's just a shampoo aficionado and likes to. I can tell they're using that shampoo. Oh, because there are, I know.
Weirdos.
No, there are like
weirdos.
Perfume aficionados that
weirdos.
That in the perfume business or whatever that know what's going on just by smelling stuff. And yeah, I get that, but like
let's just call it as it is.
Weirdos. Yeah, and it might just be weirdos. I mean, because they're I'm weird for tanks. I sort of, because right this weekend. They're doing the special open house at the American Armor Museum, which is not normally open to the public. It's an army. It's on the It's deep in an army base that you can't generally get into. I would have loved to have gone to it, but I'm not such in love to it to fly to another state and stay in a hotel and do all that stuff just to go to it on not short notice. We knew for a while it was going, but just to go do that, it would be cool. It would be fun, but I am, and it's not like in a sexual way, but I am hot for tanks. Tanks are super cool and whatnot, and I've gone to museums and whatnot just because there's tanks there, and traveled out of my way to do so. So yeah, and so it just may be creepiness in that way and not in other ways. I don't know, and I don't always subscribe the worst possible connotation to it. So yeah, you may see me geeking out someday if I ever start going to some of these places and recording them, geeking out over tanks. But yeah, and that's just
whatever they wish. Oh no, I'm stuck in the barrel. Please help.
I disagree with you on that, Thomas. But you can have your opinions on that. I think he's just a doddering old man, and it's his handlers that are running the government, which
it is. Look at
which it is. Yeah,
keep two words together, even though it's written on a letter in front of him. How do you manage that?
Oh damn! Yeah, I'm shooting at him. Arno, thank you for calling him. Oh, somebody got him. No, he's still alive.
I think that's dead.
Yep.
Unaccepted, that's dead.
Okay, he got his breach is gone, and he's moving. And he's dead.
Oh god. That's a lot of tanks on sea that weren't there earlier.
Well, I also, and I'm not going to go look at the link right now, Thomas, in the middle of the stream, but I'm sure, and he talks, and you clearly see Biden over the years, 20, 30 years ago getting hair plugs and whatnot. So he's had cosmetic surgery, and the way some of the certain cosmetic surgeries they do that will change the shapes of the earlobes and whatnot because they sort of stretch skin and sew it back together and do things like that, and that I don't really want to know too much details on. Surgically, but they do that stuff. So I understand that people can get photos and videos that don't match from one point to another point in time, but it can be explained as simply as cosmetic surgery. Again, I don't know all of the details, but I think that does account for some of it.
Damn it! Oh, wrong way direction.
Yeah, and I'm sure to some degree Biden has consulted on it, but if you're given a certain set of facts in a daily presidential briefing or whatever, and you don't question those facts, you're sort of determining the outcome. If somebody says, do this and good things will happen, or not do it, and these bad things will happen. Biden still may be making actually making the decision, but he's being coached by what information that he's given, which may not be the full information, or however you want to put it. However you want to call it. Oh, that went over the top. Nope, we got the tiger up here. Let's shoot at him. One that Arno's pointing out. Okay.
I'm stuck on a panther. That's on C. Come on here, $44 guy. Move up, please. Take him out. Okay, he's moving. Good.
And the other guy got me.
Yeah.
What is the vehicle name that modern-looking armored vehicle that has a machine gun on top of it that in the previous... I think you're talking about the Nashorn. Nashorn, actually. Nashorn. I know I added an H to it, but...
Nashorn.
Yeah. What
Wait, what?
Lum is saying.
Oh, he's... Oh, wow. I didn't even know he could see me from there. Okay, man. Good for him. Nashorn.
Good book on those unelected types, the president's men, which include inside information on Nixon, the president. Yeah, if you want to know the and I have not read it, though I've heard reviews by people who have read it. In the early 1930s, I believe it was written, a book called Philip Drew Administrator. And it is the archetype, what they want the American president to be. It's just sort of an administrator, not a leader, just someone who appoints the cabinet ministers, and then the cabinet ministers do whatever they feel. And everybody just sort of, runs, the State Department, in essence, foreign minister. He runs the diplomacy of America, and it's just up to this guy, and it's just up to the functionaries, to the professionals, the institutional people, not the elected people of America or whatever. I don't know if I should have come out here. This is way too exposed and long range that I don't know that my gun will be able to...
I'm not gonna pen that.
Yeah, as long as it says pen that.
Perfect angle tiger. How the fuck am I gonna fucking pen it with this thing?
Okay.
I just did, that's how.
Yeah, I was about ready to shoot that guy. Good job, Lum. Okay, let's see, is that something back there?
Oh, come on, because I wiggled a little bit. It didn't scout the guy I was just aiming up. Oh, great plane. Yeah, fuck off. Go away. Leave me alone. You're a menace to society.
Jackson may have been, and I don't know too much about what in the spoil system. I get what you're saying, but
Fucker.
How much he had to do with it. But the two men that I most think responsible for disrupting American politics is Wilson and FDR.
Who the fuck's
they're President Wilson of World War I.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, who the fuck is Wilson?
Okay. I was answering you.
Yeah, I wasn't asking. You heard saying and asking, there's a difference, okay?
Yeah. Oh, he's backing up. I wonder why I did.
Just making a stupid joke because of Wilson.
Yeah. The imperial presidency. Well, I would sort of say Wilson started it. It was especially through the Commerce Clause, meaning, for those who don't know, the clause in the Constitution that allows the federal government, which is supposed to regulate interstate commerce, which was mostly meant to keep them from like one state putting tariffs on imports or exports going to another American state, but also to keep, especially in the pre-information age, so that somebody isn't selling, I don't know, defective products into a region that people, don't know of the thing. So, for, limited amounts of regulation. Oh, goody, I'm being strafed. But good thing I have a metal top on my tank. Yay. That'll protect me.
That's gonna protect you.
Yeah.
Some coke
Actually,
cages, that's
it
what we
may
needed.
have slightly did, but
The coke
and
cage.
and so yes, the federal government should be the arbiter of state commerce between the states, but it has been allowed to affect businesses that really in no practical conceivable way is doing interstate commerce. That the federal government has been able to act rules and regulations based on that, and that happens under FDR and really enforces that the federal government has way too much power. Do you know about J.P. Morgan? Yes, I know a bit. If you're talking about the person, a bit about Morgan. I'm not a big biography guy of him. They own Chase Bank here as well as Morgan Bank. Okay.
Morgan.
Yeah, Wilson, the last Virginian we had as president, contrast with Virginians such as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison. Yeah. Under Wilson, the amendment, fake Federal Reserve, IRS, women voting. Well, women voting isn't the problem, I don't think. But
yes, blame it on the women.
The Federal Reserve, the IRS comes in with the income tax, which happens under Wilson. We did not have an income tax prior to that. Yeah, and the whole Federal Reserve. I don't know that the Federal Reserve is a bad idea, but I think it I know people like Ron Paul want to abolish the Fed. I at least want to audit the Fed. Maybe if I thought we had good auditors and not auditors appointed by the Fed that are going to come up with what the Fed wants to come up with, I might get enough information to think that I want to abolish it. But at this point, I am not. And as I am not a hardcore libertarian or whatever, or I think that everything the federal government does is bad or evil. But I definitely want to watch its power to make sure it doesn't go that way. And so auditing the Fed, I think, is a good, reasonable step. And depending on what we find there, which may not be good, but may just be reform the Fed, would be then become, at that point, once I hear a plan, because you just talk about reform the police department, reform the Fed, reform the whatever. Well, what the hell does that mean?
Break it down, completely destroy it and rebuild it, clearly.
Yeah, well, and as Lum is saying, that's clearly what a lot of these people want to do when they're talking about reforming whatever it is, as opposed to have a specific mission, specific get rid of police, corruption isn't taking bribes or something like that. So I mean, if you
could just tear it down and rebuild it,
Right, and so
tear it down and rebuild it in the image you have of it.
Right, exactly. That's what a lot of people mean when they mean reform. I want to know what your image is, then I'll see if I want to agree to your idea of you reforming it.
I'll just do it. It's going to be fun.
Right. Yeah. So I need to hear some of those ideas before I come in. What are you going to replace the Fed with? And if you go gold standard or silver standard, well, the problem with gold or silver standard is economies are not static things, and gold and silver are industrial metals and not and should not be exclusively tied up in. Well, I missed enough.
Still alive somewhat.
They favor replacing it with a type of consumption. Well, I would be a sales tax, and since we can now digitally track the overwhelming amount of sales, not a VAT tax. A VAT tax is value added along the path. I'm talking about final sales tax. We could do that now, and since you're only dealing with people who have business licenses, you don't have to worry about the individual people. So the IRS, either gone or, a shadow is in like 10% or less of its current self, because it's not dealing with a vast majority of American individuals. It's dealing with small and large corporations, but even, you know, cities effectively collect the sales tax in their city, and just use all that information and mechanism to do a federal tax on top of it. That would be much better than the income tax. So, yeah, I know the Fed is not part of the. It is a public-private partnerships kind of thing, and maybe it should become fully under the federal government, because again, economies are not a static thing. Economic activity can grow, and to keep either inflation or deflation from becoming too bad, you don't want to base it on gold or silver that you again need it as an industrial metal. It should not just be used as jewelry and either coins, or, you know, coins get too heavy to carry around, backing of coins, you know, because of high denomination bills, you know, and put it in banks. So we should not base
How did that not go in? How
currency
did that not go
exchange,
in?
because in essence you're exchanging values for whether it's labor or materials, and it's a storage. You know, if I go and cut 1,000 lawns or something, and then instead of people giving me 1,000 meals or whatever, you know, as sort of a barter system, and maybe I, you know, with a mowing machine cut 1,000 lawns in a week, and I don't need 1,000 meals in this week. It's a way to store value, is what money is, and trade it for other valued objects and things. So, I don't know Thomas's view. I mean, he may be saying it, but I'm still primarily focusing on driving my tank than reading chat. One down. See the target there.
There's an
The tiger.
ostrich in that flank.
He made it to cover. Got bombed. Team got bombed. And yes, I know, as Thomas is saying, is the Federal Reserve is a private corporation, but at least my understanding, again, I may have some details wrong here, the government does appoint the controlling people at the Fed, you know, the chairman and some of the other
Funny people.
At the Fed. So that does give the government a certain level of control. I don't know how easy it is for them to dismiss those people, which of course then, once they're there, they then might lose control if they can't dismiss them.
Huh? Why would you push me, dummy? You're in a fucking storm pod. Ah, fuck, that's the second one. That's why you pushed me.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Yeah, no, I would back up. There's a tiger up ahead. Or like get cover somewhere.
You got me. Interesting bit by economists from both sides of the spectrum.
You
Get
just
rid of
died.
the income tax. Increasing income isn't. You don't want to punish people for income. They favor with the yeah. That's exactly what I would agree with. Lincoln printed currency for the war. They called it greenbacks. That's why he was assassinated. I don't think that's why he was assassinated. The Confederates who did it didn't care about the money that Lincoln printed. But I do know the federal government did print what you're calling, nicknamed the greenbacks. I know prior to the American Civil War and after the American Civil War, most dollar bills in America were printed by banks. And often, and very much not the local single individual bank somewhere, but what we would call regional banks today. They printed the money, and so the further, let's just say the Bank of Georgia, and I don't mean like
We
the
don't need the
government.
nation of Georgia.
Well, no, I don't mean like the government, governmental Bank of Georgia. I mean just like the bank that's located, the bank company that's located in Georgia would print dollars, and so
Funny how a foreign nation can print dollars.
well, no, so when you went, so if you took those Georgian dollars to say Alabama, they might only be worth turn.
Alabama.
Only worth I don't know, 80% of what they would be worth in Georgia, the further you get from that bank. And because what does somebody in Alabama know how, can you really walk into the bank and get silver dollars? Because the government, they did mint silver and gold coins at that time, before, throughout its history, it had a mint. I don't know exactly when it starts, because obviously we started in the middle of a revolution. They didn't have a mint right then, though they did print currency then, of course, too, but it was not very well valued at the time either. But they did that, and it was really only coming with the Federal Reserve and whatnot did the printing of dollars disappear from private banks.
Fuck, it was behind me.
As far as I know, the Constitution is clear. Only the Treasury can print currency. Therefore, see, Thomas, like I say, banks and other institutions printed currency, but they were meant to be backed by something. And the idea was that you could show up at that bank and get silver dollars or $20 gold pieces or whatnot. And whether that is legal or illegal under the Constitution, I don't know what the Supreme Court said about it back then, or whatnot, but it was very much a thing.
America.
Yeah, America is a weird place. Oh, something hit me from somewhere. Let's back up. I don't know. That's... oh. Oh, there's somebody behind me. Oh, and I just bumped into him. Very good. Yag Tiger.
Did you accidentally drive into the enemy?
No, I backed into a Yag Tiger that was getting ready to shoot me. I didn't even realize he was behind me.
That's what I mean when you drive backwards into the enemy.
Yeah. I mean, I literally rammed into him. Backing up.
He's like, okay, getting closer. Makes it easier to shoot.
I bump into him. What did I say? And I look.
Scratched his paint up.
Yeah, and then he shoots me.
Said it embarrassed and actually, what do you call it, collisioned. Otherwise, it would just bend the barrel.
Well, under our current form of government, it is up to the Supreme Court to rule, and it has been ever since Marbury versus Madison, that court case, to rule whether something is constitutional or not via the Supreme Court. And yes, the Supreme Court may be corrupt. Depends on how you want to use the word. Corrupt doesn't necessarily mean illegal. A lot of times they talk. You talk about corruption historically isn't talking about illegal actions. It's just corruption of moral values or rulings on courts or whatever. But and I'm not going to argue that there is no corruption there. I'm not arguing that. I may not agree to the extent that you would see it, Thomas, but it doesn't really matter because
everything's corrupt. Let's go.
Yeah, because if you don't you know, if no one pays attention to whatever, it does, you know, I've argued with people, well, the Constitution this, the Constitution that. Yeah, but if no one's enforcing it, it doesn't matter what the Constitution says if you can't get either the Supreme Court or the legislature or the president to agree. Doesn't matter if you're right and the whole world is wrong. If you gotta work within whatever the system is, for good or for bad. You gotta work with it. Well, regarding what is the point of it? It said that any law against the Constitution is illegal and invalid. Yeah. And so I'm willing to talk about this with you and whoever, but to me, it's, until we get a ruling on, because I'm a super, and as the people around here know me, super supporter of the Second Amendment, And the only thing I would change about the Second Amendment is if we can get something that would ban NBC weapons, nuclear, chemical, and biological, but do so in a way that, poop is biological weapons, or chlorine, because chlorine gas. Yeah, chlorine gas has been used as a chemical weapon. Well, is that illegal because you put chlorine in your pool? So if you can convincingly come up with, no explosive nuclear weapons and no, anthrax weapons, or if you can define it in a way that I would accept, those are the only weapons that I would agree that can be banned, and I would support an amendment to the Constitution to ban those, but nothing else. I mean, you want to have your own surface-to-air missiles? Yeah, the Constitution says you can. I'm not going to be for banning it, so I'm a super supporter of the Second Amendment.
Surface-to-air missile. Yep, that's totally what I need.
I'm a believer that Trump devolved the government. Yeah, but the Supreme Court won't even let me have. And this is one thing that I don't understand why. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have money to go pay a bunch of lawyers. But my God, why doesn't somebody out there, and Thomas, you start shouting this, get a group together to challenge knife laws in cities? Because they banned me from carrying a sword. They banned me from carrying a pocket knife over 4 inches long, concealed or unconcealed, if it's over 4 inches long. And the Constitution says nothing. Constitution says absolutely nothing about guns, firearms, or projectile weapons. It says right to keep and bear arms. So how can it be unconstitutional, or how can it be constitutional for a city to have knife laws and states to have anti-switchblade laws? We can't have this self-opening knife. What? I'm amazed that none of these gun rights activists don't attack it at that front to get these knife laws gone, because they are clearly unconstitutional, and almost every single state and almost every single major municipality has banning laws on certain types of knives. And
imagine not being able to run around with your sword.
Yeah, I should be able to wear a sword.
Why wouldn't you? It's a fucking sword.
Yeah, it's a fucking sword. And if I'm chopping up people, or if even though I'm waving it threatening, not like practicing in the park, but, waving it threatening, at a store or people on the street, someone arrest me. And if I'm getting close enough to be a danger, shoot me, because, if I'm like, actually threatening somebody, you're afraid of the police
officer with a claymore screaming freedom.
Right. Shoot me. I'm not saying you get to do whatever you want with your sword, but I should, if I want to have this claymore strapped to my back when I go shopping every day at the grocery store, how am I harming anybody? One, and two, it should be legal because it says so in the Constitution. So we can't even get that done through the Constitution that is blatantly by, I guess they want to hang their hats on knife laws that are under the well-regulated militia element, but I don't even get that. So until you can get me to there, Thomas, that it doesn't matter what you want to say or do about the Constitution. Let's go back to, do you want to go back to Germany, or do you want to do something else, guys?
I don't really care.
Okay.
I like
I set up for Britain, and I was kind of hyped for some allies.
Okay, well, if you're going to join us,
Yeah,
Hey,
Okay.
Britain, let's go.
good old
Okay.
17-pounder action.
Are we still going to be 5-7?
Well, we could do 5-3.
No, I mean, I don't care. Just
Well, I mean, that's sort of my British lineup, but I can do 5-7 with Britain. I don't mind
Don't
that.
really
Yeah,
matter
because
for me. It's the same
Britain does have
lineup
5-7.
anyways.
But
Yeah,
5-7 or
Britain
5-3.
usually has no 5-7s.
Yeah, so I was 5-3. If you wouldn't mind jumping down to 5-3, Arnold. 5-3 America would be fine.
I mean, all you have to remove stem 18.
Yeah, basically.
Replacing it. And the M4A3.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
but I
that's-
mean, the A2 is the same thing, basically. Little less horsepower.
Well,
so for-
I don't think there's constitutionally any licensing requirements should be allowed on in any kind of carry. And look, people, lock people up and keep them locked up. This is what we did in California, and it's only sort of working with our three strikes laws. That if how can you imagine that somebody who gets convicted of a felony and then does his time and gets out, because it's not like 3 felonies in a day, it's like three basic incidents, gets convicted of 1 or more felonies, then gets out of prison, and then gets convicted of another felony, not just does another felony, but gets convicted of another felony, and then
Insty.
And so in the California, the law is, and we passed it because they convinced us, and I agree that it's a good way to do it, that if you then get convicted for the 3rd time of a felony, it is now life in prison. So this is your 3rd conviction of a felony. Now, I'll tell you what, even if I was the most hardened criminal out there and I was going to only do criminal activities and not reform myself, once I got to that 2nd strike, I would leave California because this only affects crimes in California. It doesn't affect crimes outside of California. So I would go to another state, especially a state that doesn't have a 3-strike law, and get out of California. But they're now overfilling our prisons, and they're actually pleading down crimes to not be felonies just to get them to hey, we'll charge you with a misdemeanor so you don't have to go to prison forever if you just plead guilty, so we don't have to go through the court trial, blah, 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 blah. But they're also filling up our prisons, and they're not making more prisons here because ideologically of our government here in California is such. So if you have people behaving badly because they're walking around with swords, then you lock the people up and you put them in jail. And then when they get out of jail, if they do something bad again, you put them back into jail. And then whether it's 3 or 4 or whatever number of strikes of, bad enough, not just misdemeanors of parking or other misdemeanor crimes that are not felonies, but another set of felonies, then you lock them up forever. And that is how I would deal with this stuff, not on banning. In a bit, Kat, you can join us. We're getting one more guy in here. We're going to play at least a few matches, so maybe in a bit. Kat, have you joined our Discord server? I think if you scroll down, I think there's a link to our Discord server that is. We prefer people to join that and get in here so they can chat with us. Another data point. Let's see. We are watching is fake. Did the supposed bite get 24 gun salute? I don't know about 24 gun salutes and whatnot. So we have an actor. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, and so, but yeah, we do want to encourage other people to come in, but Toyjet is finishing up his game, I hope, soon.
Yeah, I've been ready for a while now. I've been sitting there waiting for you.
It says you're in Game Ground Realistic, so I've been waiting for that to change.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. 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 Well, now Lum just needs to hit the ready button. Oh yeah,
I'm looking up things. I was not expecting him to be instantly ready.
Well, I thought because it said in ground game realistic, so I thought I was waiting for you.
It said the same for me, so I was also waiting on that.
Yeah.
I also didn't ready up. I was just looking at stuff.
Yeah, well, no, that's fine, because I wasn't pushing you to do so, because I thought
Our dad's
Toy Jet
Vinton.
was...
What the fuck?
Hurry up,
That's my
boy,
sister
Jet.
Vinton.
Die.
Yes, that's what we were waiting for.
Go on, Toy Jet. Why won't you die?
Comment.
To the die.
Side by
I
side
didn't
video.
know it had a
converter.
winter version of this map.
Always done versus. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong about the 24 gun salute. Maybe they were just anti-gun. I don't know.
Who's anti-gun?
Well, Biden is, but the 24
Oh
gun
yeah,
salute.
dude that
Yeah,
fixed it, and I'm
I don't know.
below
See,
the laptop.
I do know people like you, Thomas, that point to all these factors and think that they're meaningful. I just say that that's not the way the world works. Whatever the truth may be, we have the way the world functionally works, and functionally Biden is president. No, I do not believe he's an actor. I believe he's a
Demented old man.
yeah, demented old man would be, or old man with dementia, or however you want to put that. I do believe he is.
Patient.
Yeah, whether it's actually Alzheimer's or not. And I look at Trump, who I think...
dude, it's certainly not fucking good in the head.
Right, and you can look at Trump, and I just watched, a recent Trump, like 5 minutes of a recent Trump speech that he was just clearly ad-libbing. He was not... And he was actually mocking and tending to be Biden, and mimicking Biden. And you could... So this wasn't like this... He wasn't reading a prompter or anything like that. He was looking all around and sort of... mimicking Biden, and and I think again, I don't know for sure, but I think Trump is older than Biden, and he's mentally there now. Is he's mentally as sharp as he what? He's very close in age. I mean, either way, they're very close, and maybe he was more mentally sharp at 26 or 36 that Trump than he is now, but he's still sharp enough to be president. You can dislike his politics and you can dislike his behavior if you like.
He's an asshole. That's not a question. That's just a fact.
Well, sometimes assholes might make great presidents, if their policies are good.
He's a bad president, but I also don't think he's a great president.
Well, yeah, and you don't have to, and I'm not trying to convince everybody that you got to like Trump, but
Gamer.
at least what?
Gamer.
Okay.
Help.
I'll come. I'll try. He's behind a hill for me. Sorry.
E34 and Tiger 1.
Okay.
I mean, I saw where the shots coming from. I'm aiming there. If he moves forward, he's dead. Or at least shot. Oh,
And
fuck, there's another guy coming from this way.
So Trump...
Why? Why did he?
Trump can be president and competent at it, but Biden is, no. And so it's his handlers, and so I don't. So at this point, because if you got an actor playing Biden, why didn't you get somebody and have him play at least halfway smart? I know if you completely change his behavior, people might get suspicious. If you believe he's an actor, you'd have him at least be a little more smart. Because the latest thing was Biden's going on and on and on about, well, I don't remember the last country I visited. I visited 89 because he remembers this as a talking point in one of the speeches. 89 heads of state. Well, it doesn't mean 89 heads or 89 countries or whatever he was saying, because he probably met multiple heads of state of Britain.
Yeah, that changed quite a lot this time.
Yeah, or heads of government or whatever. I mean, I think he has heads of state, which of course have been just the Queen. But yeah, he's meaning.
I mean, the Queen and the King currently.
Yeah, the King. Well, yeah, but he's just spewing talking points. But if you had an actor there, he would probably be smart enough and should be played smart enough to remember that he was just in Ireland, a country that he claims to love and know a lot about. So
that claim that he's partially from Ireland.
Oh yeah, whether he is or not, Biden doesn't sound like an Irish name to me.
I don't know. I didn't research. I should say.
He's claimed. Oh, I know he's claimed stuff like that, and so. To me, that means now that he is just mentally not there, because even an actor would get that right. Nope, I snuck up on. Now, maybe there's a possibility of a stand-in at times, which is different than somebody,
Hey, Toy Chat, you got some problems over here?
You know,
There's a
signing
private
laws
building, and okay, the KV just got caught.
or running the government. I don't know if there's a stand-in. I don't believe
Fuck
there
you.
is. But just a stand-in,
I got
you
him.
know, for like possible assassinations or something. You know, an actor. But so I don't buy the actor stuff. It just I don't buy it. I know people do, and you know you
Biden is
can.
fake. He doesn't really exist. He's made up by the government. Wait, what?
There's a White House
By a
hat. He is.
reptilian overlord.
Yeah, I know, but you don't want to act that big of a fool. That's what I mean. It was amazing. He didn't understand why his family left. Yeah, no, I don't think he knows Irish history well enough to understand that, ZZ. Why people left, the potato famine and other things.
The whole
I'm pretty
Britain
sure there's
thing.
something on my right here.
Yeah. Here, I see it. It's something.
It's a T-34. I got his fuel tank.
God damn it! I hoped you had it, Gunner. I was just about to shoot him.
Nice.
That's one thing I study is history, to understand why things happened. How bad were the British to the Irish? Pretty bad, but still better than probably what most conquerors would have been to the Irish. So this is why,
ET right out here.
although
That's why they should
obviously
have
I'm
been
something of an
colonized.
Anglophile, not a
Hello?
super Anglophile,
Okay,
but
no.
something of it, but whenever you're talking bad things about Britain, I just look around and see
Yep,
what
I
other
just put that out, like,
imperial
several times to get my
powers
gunner.
or large powers are behaving like, and go, yeah, Britain
I need
is.
someone to get that guy. I marked him
Um,
like 3 times before we got in here.
Hey, Fritz.
Greetings.
Greetings.
It's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Okay, one down. Another one there. I'm going to shoot just to see. Oh, it's already dead. Okay.
What are you playing, guys?
Britain right now,
Uh,
and America.
Oh.
Well, that's very sad.
Yeah, well, we were playing
Oh.
Germany earlier. We have to change once in a while, Fritz.
next up, China.
Like genders and so on?
Yeah.
Not quite like genders. Come on, Fritz. Driving different tanks ain't nothing like craziness like genders or other BS.
I think so.
I know you're a German patriot. Want to just play Germany? That's cool, but we like playing. I like playing all World War II tanks.
Oddball would disagree with you, gamer.
Well, oddball like the Tiger. I know. What are you
Tigur,
fighting, Arno? I'm coming.
Enemies.
Oh, you got him, Arno. Very good, Arno. Very good. Any more there, Arno?
There's one coming in right here, KV of some kind.
Okay. I'm up and
On the
around.
point now and moving down the main road.
Right.
He's looking towards Arno.
It would be cool if you could queue anyway, like
Oh, you
in
can.
enemy teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, got you. Yay. Got him. Thank you for the call out.
Right,
Oh.
there is...
And got the 222. Good to see a
There's
222.
a bugger
If it had
moving out
reconnaissance,
here.
It would be more useful.
Bugger moving out there.
Yeah, I see him.
the
I see him.
hell
I see him.
attacking a friendly
Oh no, I
eastern
can't
arc.
shoot him.
Needs
Can't
some
shoot
help.
him. Okay.
But a tiger right next
missed
to me.
him,
Oh,
missed
please
him.
tell me I'm completely hidden here. My engine is out.
You're
There's a
completely
tiger
hidden
in
there.
the town.
You're completely hidden there.
There's a tiger back there. I'm dead. It wasn't hidden. There was a hole.
You
Kind
will
of
not
hoped it
Got
was
your
more angled.
loader, and you shot
It's
at
like the
me.
scene of Band of Brothers. There's a tiger. I cannot
Next.
shoot what I cannot see.
Oh,
Man, it's
yeah.
hard to shoot what you can't see. Not impossible, just very hard.
Goes around the corners from
When
fucking
someone says there's a
explode.
tiger in the barn, just shoot at the barn, right?
Yeah. Hey man, if you have a fully automatic cannon, sure.
Or just do it the American way, like retreat 10 kilometers and call in artillery and
Defend
airstrikes.
themselves from the northern invasion.
That also works.
Yeah. Yeah, the Anglo-Saxons, but the English are a mix of Anglo-Saxon and Norman together, is how you get to the English.
Well, in the end, they're all German. They just don't want to accept it.
That's Fritz's viewpoint.
Everybody's German.
And of course,
Well,
I would
most
also
of
mix.
European
I would also
descent, yes.
mix in the Celts, which I don't consider the Celts to be German. Anglo-Saxons,
Everybody, even the Chinese deep down
yeah,
know
definitely
they're
are.
German.
Do come? They come from you know, the Anglos and the Angles and the Saxons definitely come from Germany. Absolutely,
Okay, deep down we're all
despite
German.
the
Even the
English and their
Chinese.
royal family.
And even the
But-
Celts, like genetically, they're all the same.
Well, I don't know, and I don't know about the genetics, but I would
deep
count
down,
I would
we're
count
all
the Celts
German.
differently than the Germans, but
Oh,
and
fuck me doubly.
No. Yeah, probably what, getting late for you there, Sing, or is it super early? I don't know. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to times in India. I wish I know somebody has sort of, I think it was Niagara pointed me to one clock that I didn't get, but I'd love a clock that that I could glance at and would show me the time zones around the world. So I think my grandfather had a clock that was sort of a map. I think that's who I saw it from many years ago. That had like a metal map of the world, and then little windows over different parts around the world, and the windows would display the local times. You know,
Yeah,
so once you set, you know, what, you know, Greenwich Mean Time or whatever it was set, then you could just glance at it, and it had sort of, you know, just a stylized world map with the sort of time zones marked on it and little windows, so I wish I had something simple like that I could just glance at and know
You
the
have the
time.
phone.
The major at my barracks, he has an old wooden clock in his bureau,
Mm-hmm.
in his office, and
Right.
it's handmade, very old, and it shows not with windows and so on, but there are basically, I don't know, 8 clocks or something,
Right.
with with the time of big major cities all across
Right.
the world.
Yeah, that kind of
Most of
thing.
them.
So there's a
They all say Berlin, so it's kind of weird.
What?
Nothing.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
I missed up thing.
Dang. Dang nabbit.
Oh, bollocks.
Ah, exactly.
Mission, right there.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Gotta get yourself a fitty. Oh no, that's already.
Yeah, moving out of the artillery right here.
Oh no, that's enemy here. Oh,
Oh, no.
he has a 50 mil. Help! Mommy.
50 mil.
Mommy.
Wah.
Mommy.
Ah, okay. 1:37 at night. Yeah, that's late.
Or early. Depending how you look at it.
All depending on us.
Right. Well, what do I want to research now for Britain?
The tank.
Yes, I know, but which? The rattle,
The
the
one to the
chief and
left.
marksman. Vickers Marks 3.
I would go for the Rotel.
Okay, we'll go with the Rota.
It's completely useless and funny. Swear, I don't know why they put that one higher than the fucking 90 mil one.
I don't understand much of it, but yeah, whatever. Let's see, should I be having...
I mean, its ammo is only 57 mil, so yeah, side
Hit,
armor still gonna go
hit the
through.
ready button there, Lump.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, thank you.
It was the inside urge to want to play Germans.
We're playing Britain for White House. We've been playing Germany.
Oh,
know.
hurt forest.
Yeah.
Again, but other side, goddammit.
Yeah.
I wish it was the other side.
I like the other side better.
Depends what nation I play. This side is great if you play Germany, Italy.
You see?
Man
Because I
spawned
can
in an
race
automatic
beyond
TD
anyone.
tank destroyer. Fucking-
The hell is a yak?
Okay, so here's the question. Why do you spawn in the Comet, arguably the worst British tank at this, like,
What?
battle rating?
How is it the worst?
Because
Yeah, okay, yeah.
it's
I'm ready.
surpassed by the Challenger in everything.
No.
Challenger is faster, has better reload, better gun.
But it's taller.
They both have the same shit reverse speed.
Plus, you have
Yeah.
an amazing fucking depression with the Comet.
Gives a shit about
I don't
that when
actually
you
know
can
what,
just drive to
what
the
does the
enemy
Challenger
spawn.
have. It's -10, the Comet has 12.
I hope you followed the Rumble channel, Thomas, if you find us
It's a
entertaining
Rumble.
enough. We play War Thunder Sundays here at this time, and on Saturdays I play, sometimes with these guys, Hearts of Iron strategy game.
Yeah, hopefully next week we can actually play some more.
Yeah, well, I did get a notification that they've released their new version of the
good.
World War I Redux. So we'll have
Regret.
we'll have a week
Oh my god, there's
of...
a gaggle of them moving over here.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good to know, thank
gaggle.
you.
3 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
My
T-34,
favorite
a
amount of
PT,
tanks.
and a crab.
A
to see
crab?
if
Crab.
there's any bugs in the newest versions of the game. That's oh, I see you. Okay, he's tracked.
Oh, there's a student
He's
Emil as well. God. Oh no, there's
Oh, he fired
2
at
more
me.
approaching. 3 more.
He's
Half the
now
enemy team is over there.
I mean, yeah,
Not
look at the
dead.
town. We already taken C. Basically unopposed.
Yeah.
Where else would they be?
Okay, I got the T-34 down here. Where are the rest of the bad guys?
They're not
Yes,
bad.
there's also a
They
PT,
just misunderstood.
a crab, a student Emil, an ISU, and a flak bus.
Flag bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 470 got me.
The
Who brought
crab.
a flag pass to a fucking tank fight?
I don't know, but the flak bus does look kind of sexy though.
It does.
If
If
nothing
only
Now
it was
else.
coming the
faster.
Challenger.
Oh, bugger. No.
Only
that's a bit
reversing into cover. Isn't that funny?
There we go. Pip pip.
Oh shit, he has somebody right on top of him.
What?
Can see it.
That's a Frenchie.
Can he manage or is he gonna die? Let's have a look. I can't really see him. And he's dead. Okay. What was it? Panzer 470. Oh, that's a bad one. Actually, no, I'm in a British tank. I can pen it. It's just not gonna do check diddly. So I'm moving up from there. Keep an eye on that.
Coming up behind you, Lum.
Why is my nose itchy?
Good, I'm coming up behind you.
Careful behind the thing where there's a burning wreck next to it, like the bunker thingy. There's a tank
Right.
behind it.
I'm going to go continue south and try to swing around. If I can get across this open ground here. Okay, it's telling
What
me
tier
to-
do you play? 4.0 or what is it?
We're
5-3.
yeah, 5-3. Oh, I got
5-3.
seconds to get back onto the map far enough. Okay, we're almost
Where did
there.
our team go?
Okay, yeah, just on the-
Deleted.
yeah, our team is that good.
Because I found the enemies. They're all around C.
Fuck it, I'm moving up, even though it's most likely gonna kill me. I don't care.
I see burning
I'm
tank.
bored.
I don't see non-burning tank.
Oh, there's some. That's a nice one. That's gonna be a hard kill with this ammo. Let's see.
Go for its
Ah,
breach.
got the ammo. Perfect. No, for ammo, what the fuck?
Oh, cool.
If you have the side of him, just go for the ammo.
Oh, you had a side shot. Good. I was thinking going.
That's why I also was like, oh
Fuck,
god, that's gonna
Matt,
take
what?
like 4 shots to kill all the crew with that.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless
that
I hate
scared the
ammo.
ever-living shit out of me.
Don't let your
There's two burning racks.
Don't let yourself be scared. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Another burning rack.
Genuinely jump scared.
So far, I'm speeding it. Is that? I thought there was somebody behind here.
Oh, there he is. I was about to say I hear noises, but I don't see him. Where's he going?
To lunch.
Oh, it's a flag truck. I killed the gunner at least.
Machine gun.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but my machine gun is not that great. Get the driver. Come. Wow, I just got everyone. Got him. Nice. There's also a guy there. No, it's a wreck. That is dead. I hear planes. I don't see no plane though. Seriously, we lost B even? What the fuck?
Yeah, we're gonna lose this Lum, even with our
Our
great
team
playing.
didn't respawn, did they?
Or they jumped into aircraft and got shot down and didn't have enough points to respawn after that. Yeah,
Ah, damn it, he just moved. Finally moved better
what
into
they
my
do
shot.
a lot of times.
Oh, bounce, damn it. Why? Yeah, turn a little more. No, turn. Nah, they bounced again. Yeah, keep it there. Keep it there. That's perfect. There we go. Got another track. There's another one right behind him. Good. Okay,
I'll
moved
go
away.
Cap, decap, whatever.
There you go.
Points here.
Another
Yes.
one moving in. Perfect. This is just like fucking duck shooting.
Okay, bombs missed.
If only the fucking tanks wouldn't leave a fucking smoke grenade behind. God damn it, why did it take so long to burn out? Gonk, engine, transmission, good. Won't be moving anymore.
Oh, you got me.
Right. I'm
Oh, he's standing really weird. Okay, I have to go for turret then.
I'm down
Oh,
to a
sorry.
concept. What sort of concept do I have?
The third one.
Ah, third concept. All right.
God fucking damn it. Why are all my shots kind of wacky?
Oh, there. Okay.
Okay, that's... Why?
Oh,
How
that
did
was a
that not
baby.
go in?
Okay. Okay, let's see. I have enough life left. He's backing up.
Okay, seriously, how am I not killing it
Now I died.
straight on?
You can't respawn.
There we go,
No,
got
I
the
can't
driver.
respawn.
Why is he so weirdly angled that I can't get the driver? Ah, God, there's an IC right next to me.
I'll be right back, guys. Just
Oh,
be
he's
back
right
in a
next
moment.
to me. I mean, in their spawn. He actually saw me from that far away. Damn. Okay. Oh, we lost. Who would have funked? I got 3 kills. That's pretty good.
Okay, almost back.
Hey, almost back. I'm Toy Jet.
Well, hello, Toy Jet.
Hello. Would you care for a shrimp sandwich?
I got sandwich. I didn't get the first part.
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
Shrimp
What is?
sandwich.
Is that like shrimp sandwich or?
Yes, a shrimp sandwich.
No, no. I would not care for a shrimp sandwich. I would not eat a shrimp sandwich.
Why not?
I would have to be near starving to eat a shrimp sandwich.
Why? Holy shit. Okay.
To me, shrimp in a sandwich doesn't sound appetizing at all. Not
Right,
one
it's
little
time for
bit.
me to leave this Discord.
That was
Yeah, I
weird.
know.
What the fuck?
I mean, there are definitely sandwiches that I would love, and there's definitely sandwiches that I'd tolerate, but shrimp in a sandwich? Ugh.
Yeah, man, it's like just any other fish. What the fuck?
How about a baguette?
Not that it is
then?
fish, it's a
shrimp
crustacean, but still,
baguette.
whatever.
I didn't get part of what you were saying.
Baguette?
What
Yeah,
I did?
shrimp baguette.
No,
Mm.
no,
No?
But it's the baguette that's
No.
just formed like a shrimp.
I don't know.
No, it's baguette filled with shrimp.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wanted one that's weirdly,
Nah.
like, curved.
I'm not a big fish eater
Yeah,
to
now I
start
kind of
with,
want
so
that as well, not gonna lie.
You live in
that's
California, you're not a big fish eater. What the fuck?
yeah. No, I do have a small palate of what I like. That's quite true.
God! You're also
I'm
one
pi-
of those awful people that doesn't try
Yeah.
new things.
Yeah, I'm a picky eater. I know, and
God, I
I'm
hate
sure
that.
I could eat more
I'm
if
a
I was,
picky
you know,
eater, but at the
genuine.
same time, I just eat what I eat. What I
Yeah,
never comes
I
up
know,
with the
I know,
bacon.
Lum,
Yum,
but Lum, you're weird. So am I weird. I'm not saying that I'm weird in a different way than you are. I'm not, but
God.
you're weird. So,
I'm
Gamer,
not weird.
Yeah?
You're
tell me when you
weird.
start queuing.
oh, sorry, I didn't know we were going to do that. I didn't. Sorry, we already
Okay,
in.
no problem.
I didn't.
You
know.
have to constantly
Okay.
remind him, otherwise he's gonna always forget.
Well, because he wasn't playing Britain, I wasn't thinking we would get in the same match. But I guess if he wanted to try to oppose us, that would be fine. Gamer, have you ever take one of those DNA tests? No, I have not. So the China does not know my DNA yet. At least one of those
Why would China know
companies.
your DNA?
One of those companies, Chinese servers or whatever, was collecting all that DNA information. The
What
company
is
was
it gonna
storing it.
use it for? Fucking
I don't
cloning
know.
your ass?
I don't know. But I've not done so. Now, one of my aunts took one of hers, and she was disappointed. There's nothing interesting. You go, but yeah, there's all these Celts, and from
I mean, what do you expect?
the
Some
Scotland-
fucking Martian fucking DNA or something?
I know basically my ancestor, well, at least through the 4 male lines of my, through the 4 grandparents, male lines back, and they all go back to Britain. Is far as I can tell. Now, of course, you're look, into a tree going back to how many, people. But I know I am descended of Highland Celts. I know I'm descended of
Your mom?
Germans.
an old Breton family that moved back to Britain around 1066. As part of the Norman conquest. So I'm sure I'm part Norman because they were intermarrying in those family structures. So part Norman, part Old Breton, part... Oh boy, there's lots of them over here.
Seriously, how am I not petting panthers today? Every shot I do on a panther...
I just got a panther right in the front, real good hit.
Yeah, that's the one I shot at.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Kill this
What?
guy.
It's bouncing today. Everything's just fucking bouncing. I don't
How
get
did I
it.
not kill that panther? I'm hitting it
Tommies.
again. And Anglo-Saxon. So Celts, Anglo-Saxons, likely Picts. But the
Pigs?
the Picts, yeah, the oldest peoples in Scotland that are still identifiable as a group of people. No, Picts, P-I-C.
Pigs.
And
Pork.
the Dalriada.
No, it's because they painted themselves, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's and the Dalriada Scots, which were an Irish tribe, the Scotty coming over. So I'm descended of ancient Britons. Pre-Roman Britons, if you will.
Britons.
As well as the Irish tribes. So as far as do I possibly, because Romans conquered Britain, do I possibly have some Roman DNA? Possibly, but not likely. I mean, that would not be a likely. They were such a small genetic impact on Britain, but most of the groups through various families.
Do you have Genghis Khan blood in you?
Probably not. I know he has some of the massive amounts of descendants on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I know these things. Good to hear you do too, Lump. So yeah.
Listen, what the fuck? That's basic history. What the fuck?
Well, have you met
It's
real
a
Americans?
stupid
I don't mean
history
like
it's not even that important. It's just a stupid history fact that everybody knows because
but I'm not talking
it's a funny
about
thing to say.
Paradox history nerd Americans. I'm talking about like real Americans. They don't know any of this stuff.
It's just a funny, stupid fact you throw.
Yeah, I know it is. But it's that. So for DNA. So the best I'm not a genealogist, but there has been people in the families that have done that have studied all these things, and it's not just family names, but going back to born whenever back in Britain, way back whenever in different regions. So I'm fairly sure of that level of ancestry. So it again, who else far enough back outside very well can be, but the four main family lines going back all go back to basically either Scotland or England.
There'll be tigers in them woods.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm that.
And you think
And
you're proud of it.
To the best of my knowledge, my Irish all comes through being Scots, the Scotty tribe, the Dalriada kingdom.
Scotland forever.
Yeah, as opposed to Irish immigrants.
You truly need a claymore.
From Ireland into the U.S. I don't have a claymore. I do have a basket-hilted broadsword from the 19th century. It's in very, very nice shape.
But not a claymore.
Yeah, I mean, they generically call these things claymores, but, it's instead of a broadsword, it is a backsword, which means, well, at the point, it's double-edged, but about 2/3 or 1/3 of the way back along the blade, the back of it becomes thick. So instead of being thick because it's broad, it has a thick back. And I really like it. I bought it many years ago. And I'm mildly good at it. Not like real good at using it, but mildly good.
But do you use it to run around your local convenience store.
No, I
Really free
don't.
on.
But I have worn it a lot at Scottish festivals when I used to do reenacting.
So this is
So-
even sharpened.
No, it is sharp. No, it is. No, it's it came with a World War One basket hilt and scabbard. I mean,
Scabbard.
it's that old, but the blade is likely very much
Whoa.
older.
Whatever
He
just
hit
shot
me.
at you, did hit me.
Yeah, well, it hit me, and I'm on target to hit it until it kills me because I couldn't move that out.
Is it the
So yes,
one
I did. I did
farthest-
wear my sword around a lot, but at relatively appropriate occasions. And no, the police often saw me carrying a very sharp sword, because it was a sword that was meant to be used and sharp. So it
But
is
did they
not
know
a.
it was sharp?
Well, they
Yeah,
didn't care
fuck
because
that.
I was dressed crazily, and normally they don't arrest crazy people, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it would be crazy to arrest a crazy person.
Well, they're
Yeah.
dangerous, right?
Yeah.
You
So-
could suddenly just pull out your
because
sword.
I
and
was wearing a
free
skirt
them.
at the time. You know, I was wearing a skirt. Yeah, we call it a kilt, but yeah. You know.
I mean,
It's some
yeah, you
kick
could have
from
suddenly just
Posen.
pull your sword out and start
You might
screaming
ask,
freedom
being
while
you're
running at
German
them.
friendly, if people around Posen are considered more German or Polish. Okay. Can you give me a date on that, ZZ?
Date. You want to date
Yeah,
with CC?
as when they left that region. I mean, just generically, you know, like 19th century, 20th century, post World War II, 1870s. Okay, Fritz, people from Posen
Yes.
in the 1870s,
German.
would they be most likely German or Polish?
In the 1970s.
No, 1870s. So
German.
at the foundation of the German Empire, basically.
German.
German. Okay, so he says, and I would agree too with that assessment that
When
most.
Bismarck still ruled.
Well, that's when Bismarck comes to rule, and I think what is it,
Yeah, that's the point.
1871 or whatever. Today I'm going to watch until you in the live stream. Okay, sing. Well, we'll be a little bit longer here. So
I
yeah,
mean, we all know Bismarck was the best German leader ever. Clearly.
probably. He's Frederick the Great, or you know, Frederick the Third or Frederick the Great. He has reasonably good
But was he ever
political
shot?
rule.
But was he ever
And
shot? He was
I don't
not.
know. I don't know. not that I know of, but
the mustache either.
Yeah, exactly.
didn't he have
Didn't
a mustache? I thought he
Pretty
did.
sure he did, actually.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's as epic. I mean,
It's a well-known fact that the rule of a German leader is defined by the epicness of their mustache.
so Hitler had the worst mustache. So that's why he's the worst leader. Okay.
Yes. Have you seen
Okay.
that shitty thing?
God.
Some
Yeah.
would say he was Austrian. This.
Yeah, but back from the same guy that everybody in Northern Europe is German.
That was just joking.
Okay, yeah.
Just
So-
blame the Austrians, you know.
Classic German.
I mean, normally it's being blamed for what the Austrians did, but okay.
How the turntables have table turned.
At least you see the irony in that.
Absolutely.
Oh!
Well, he got me.
Oh fuck! There are 3 tanks coming to rush me. That's not funny.
But
Funny.
I think most of the Germans were removed from that part at the end of World War II. From Posen.
Removed. You just grabbed the Germans and moved them somewhere else.
Well, they moved all of the Sudeten Germans out of Czechoslovak
Sudeten.
territory. Yeah, the Sudeten lands. I mean, that they had lived there
At
as
least the
long
one
as.
they did not kill.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did
know.
the boring thing. They didn't just kill them, you know. What's the fun in that?
Killed a lot.
So, well, I got you, and I got your breach. Haha. You can't shoot at me anymore. Somebody else is shooting at me, but you can't. Oh. And got your command.
And you're dead.
And oh, too low as well. Okay, let's get back a little bit higher. Oh, good hit, but I got your loader. These damn British rounds that don't have any after effects, or he would have been dead long ago.
Oh, we've got great spalling, just no boom.
You just have to hit the crew compartment.
Well, I got its
Unless, of course,
loader
you're
and I
using
got its
APDS
command.
rounds. APDS has been nerfed. APDS has been nerfed. Or it's dog shit now.
Yeah, it was that.
APS.
APDS.
Yeah, just solid shot.
I mean, it always was shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but now it's like it's got no post pen anymore, and it can't pen anything with more than like 2 degrees of angling.
Yeah, I was doing the fire.
Yeah, that's what I've been
shatters.
experiencing today. I'm constantly
Yeah.
bouncing my shots on my Comet.
But yeah, you gotta use solid shot. British APDS. A couple of weeks ago, got a buff to pen. But that only counts for flat surfaces. It now shatters or bounces on everything. Unless it's like perfectly flat, basically.
Yeah.
I don't like console players.
Okay.
Good to know.
Are you near the end of your match, Fritz?
No.
Okay.
Just start, it's okay.
Okay, no problem.
I have enough targets here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm
Corellia.
driving my Tiger and there are fucking AMXs driving around. Fuck
Yeah, you got to go lower and lower BRs these days not to run into them. The modern shit. Post-war
I mean,
shit.
unless you go up against the Swedish, where the tank might be old, but they're most modern.
Yeah. But at least you have a
Like
chance
getting
against
killed.
them.
Getting killed in your Tiger 2 by a fucking BMP. Bullshit.
Yeah.
By what?
BMP.
Well, BMP. I heard something of a blimps and was like, what? A blimp?
Yeah, when are they going to add blimps to the game?
Yes. Blimp warfare. Let's go. It's gonna be way fast.
I want my P-class naval zeppelin.
Well, KG Moose, their console players have some aim assistance in their game versus us, so it is not exactly fair between. Now with PC players, I will say that performance of your components does make the game either easier or harder.
What if you did a flat this rock up so you could actually get up it not easier? Or was it always this flat?
Gunner, so you can't shoot at me now. You back, or you're backing up a bit. Okay, let's see if I can get you. Let's zoom in.
Let's hope this thing has enough power to mode on the little branches in front of me.
Oh my giddy god!
Well, that got your barrel.
That got
Yeah,
through, and they were already waiting. Yeah, this spot has actually been made into a spot and not a weird buggy ass place you can get to. People are actually aiming there now. That's bullshit. Come on. You can't just make it a normal spot. It was my spot. They robbed me of my spot. Can't believe it.
Fool, you've been gaijined!
Indeed.
Now surrender for the might of the Gaijinian Empire.
Gaijinian Empire.
Come on, kill him. Thank you. You didn't kill him, but you did hit them hard.
That smells like imminent death. As such, I will avoid it. Not my
How do
usual
you
style, I know.
smell death?
Well, you're gunner at least, so you're not going to shoot it. Oh, you're
Anyways, this will be my last one for the evening.
Yeah, I think this is going to be my last match as well. It's been fun, but so yeah, you know, and because I've played over different PCs, having a higher response mouse, higher response keyboard, higher response monitor, better PC running better graphics, though low graphics
Does not
are
matter for War Fun because it's not a reaction shooter.
well, To me, it is. I've gotten better because
That's
of that.
just because your reaction is like 2 seconds.
Well, that's maybe because I'm slow reaction, but yes. But yeah, so console has some aim assistance going on with it. So it is not the same. I don't mind it as much as I guess some people do, but
Honestly, I
To me-
don't give a shit. To me, it's more annoying that the fuckers. Come on. Oh, seriously, I'm getting stuck on a stupid rock.
and stop and look down the path.
What is a cookie cano?
A what?
Ah, no, it's a KV 220.
What? 220? What the fuck?
I've never seen that thing.
You got Gunner.
KV 220. Ja, ja.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no damage. Now we have a few console players on TeamG. I mean, it's just some people that's all they have. I would rather have more people playing than not. I want
would rather have
War
that
Thunder
shit be
to make
deleted.
money and survive and be a good company.
I rather hope they die.
Well, but, that's Lum.
I mean, shitty practices needs to die. I highly doubt they will ever fix it.
Oh, lovely.
God damn it, that just died.
Well, Thomas
there
B.
any
Truth,
enemies?
thanks for hanging out with me on YouTube, and KG Moose,
To not the
ZZ,
YouTube.
Sting, of course. Who else on Twitch and YouTube?
Oh, what?
Cat
Where did I get shot from? From the top?
475.
Oh, yeah, from
Hopefully
the
you
top.
check
Right, I
us
didn't look
out,
there.
bro, and whoever else has been chatting on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, Folk, yes, Folk, if you're still around, thanks for hanging out with me. And of course, thanks Fritz, Arno, Lum, Toyjet, and Strong Arm for playing with me today. This is going to be the last. I'm going to take a break. Before you retire,
When are you
can
gonna
you
break?
just stream all day? If you retired, can you just stream all day? No, I burn out after a
He's
while.
already basically retired.
Yeah, after a fashion. No problem. I love people that lurk, but I obviously don't know,
Do not lurk. It is
not that you're there.
good.
You're just lurking. So, thanks everyone. I'll be back Saturday with probably Hoi 4 World War I Redux, and again Sunday on War Thunder. So